they attack that sentiment, or they use sentiment in attacking us now. Sentimentally, as a sentimental people, we will just fizzle out. Little did they know that they are lying. We must continue what we are doing. We must continue until victory is assured. It is not impossible, though it is highly difficult, it's tedious, but it is not impossible. They use Nigeria in order to limit us. They put Nigeria as, a lead to cover us. Have you used your teeth to count? I mean, use your tongue to count your teeth. And think and say, look, why is it that Biafrans are not considered to be of any good in Nigeria? We are relegated to the background. Look at no Biafran, no Igbo man is in the security chiefs, the main security heads. No, they are not good for that. In the military, you see Igbo men being limited to spokespeople. In the DSS, spokesperson. A spokesperson is not a policy making, or is not one of the policy makers. Are you hearing me? It's not one. It's just there to read. It doesn't even know where they take it's not present where they take decision. So they just finish taking decision. They write down and give the spokesperson, the media personnel, to come and read it for the public and deal with the public. That is how they have relegated Igbos in the Nigeria setting. Look at one of our brothers in Gelale, that has been a spokesperson even for Buhari, for APC, for the president, Tinubu, who recently resigned, I think a few days back, citing different things. But we know that he cannot deal with issues. He can no more have peace with himself, lying, just being used because he's a talker. He's a fluent speaker. This from the man I have praising the laying of gas from Biafra land, from Ebema down to the north, that it will lead to the industrialization of northern Nigeria. From the same man, where the same man that has crude oil and gas in his land. But he said, as a spokesperson, from him I had this, I was shocked. Gelale. For him, he's doing his job. What makes industrialization? Why not he think about industrialization of his own land? I think it's from Bayelsa or Iguacha, where they call River State. He's a Biafran. But no, he's praising his, the industrialization of the North using our gas. I had it in a video, in an interview. He has lied, being used. And I believe that in his mind, there is a way you can be used. Nothing sweets you again. Money doesn't move you. Money doesn't sweet you again. Because you are no more at peace with yourself. You know that you are being used, deceiving even your own people. So he could simply resign, citing any type of, excuses. So what am I trying to say? Nigeria is put as a lead in Hemkuchi to cover us. Nigeria is being used by Britain to cover the light, which is from Biafra. The light which they saw right from time immemorial. The formation, they use Nigeria to cover it. And what we are doing is trying to liberate ourselves from the clutches of darkness. Nega area. Have you forgotten? Nega area. The place of darkness. That is what it means. Black place. Place of darkness. That is what Britain formed. And it's working. It's working for them. Look at the insecurity, artificially created insecurity that is going on everywhere in our land. You know, they know what they are doing. They are playing to the gallery. It's part of the manipulation. Bill Gates came the other day, received the red carpet reception. He received open people that are supposed to be throwing him stones. People that are supposed to be throwing him gravel for what he's doing, for the evil he is sponsoring through Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, and all the rest. The West is using him as a billionaire in order to bring artificial scarcity so that we become food dependent on the West. Remember your chickens in a cage. They depend on you to live. They depend on you as the owner to feed. If you lock them up and go on a holiday for 2 months, they will all die. Simply, they will simply die. All of them will die because no food. Because you are the one giving them food. That is what begets what the West wants us to be food dependent. You know, they are pursuing us. They try to kill us through the war, extermination. No way. They tried through different ways, diseases. No way. Through Ebola. No way. Now they say no. The only way is to use what these people are eating to make them food dependent, so that we give them conditions before we give them the food, and we can contaminate the food they are eating. That will be the massive genocide. And they agreed. They unleash Fulani headsmen to continue destroying our farm. For the Fulani, or they brainwash them that this is the continuation of their jihad started by their great-grandfather, Ottoman Danfodo. But little did they know that they are being used in order to cause food scarcity in our land, which will also affect them. Are you hearing me? But, remember, America gathered the Mujahideen, formed Al-Qaeda, gathered the Mujahideen, that is Islamic fighters. They gathered them in Afghanistan in order to fight Soviet Union. And that is the start of the modern day Islamic terrorism that we are seeing. Are you hearing me? For them, they gather them. They say, oh, Allah Akbar. Oh, come and fight against the infidel. But they don't know that there is a higher hand manipulating them. And they also took the opportunity, that's the thing, and start causing havoc all over the world. So, this is the world we are living in. This is the world we are living in. That is the reality of the world. You know? That is why we must make sure to remove this lid that is being placed on us, which is Nigeria, in order for us to shine. Because we can never shine in Nigeria. It is impossible. It is darkness being placed upon us in order to cover the light. But we shall never allow darkness to cover us. It's impossible. Darkness can never cover light, because darkness simply means the absence of light. So there is light already in Biafra land. Now Britain wants to impose darkness upon us to cause artificial absence of, that is extinguishing our own light. But it is impossible now, because light has already been existing. That is why you see Biafrans shining in every part of the world. Because you cannot cover the sun. It is impossible. So what we are trying to do is to do what? To make sure that we take back our stand, our natural stand in our land. That light Britain is trying to cover, impose darkness upon. Because darkness, as you know, as I said before, is simply the absence of light. There's nothing like dark matter. Nothing like dark matter. Only the absence of light. Now you have darkness. But that light is already there. We are the light and we are there. So they cannot cover us forever. It's impossible. They'll try it for some time. But after a while, light rays, that is how it is. So what we are doing is trying to restore our natural selves. That is the restoration of Biafra. So that light, our natural light, will continue shining and nothing more. We are doing the right thing. Therefore, support IPOB the way you could. Whether you are IPOB member or not, support ESN, support our effort. You have seen, and that, you know, because it's feeling it. All of us are feeling the brunt. Ibophobia everywhere in Nigeria. Igbos, we are not good for anything in Nigeria. We are being labeled as traders, which is an insult. I've been saying it on this hallowed platform. Oh, ordinary traders. No. We are everything. Do you hear me? You know, I put on my timeline, on my Facebook timeline, that a time will come, there will be a curriculum called Egyptology, as you have Egyptology. Until this self-awakening, this self-awareness that is coming, because we don't know who we are. But a time will come that there will be a curriculum called Egyptology. Therefore, without taking much time, because I'm going to bring Mazi, who is the UK National Coordinator. I'm going to bring him on here in order to talk to Biafrans concerning their program that will be coming Sundays. I'll be hosting it any Sunday I could. That is it. Because not all the time, not all the Sundays anyway, for me. But we make it worthwhile. So let me go and bring him, please. Do not go away.
On Radio Biafra, bring in youth beats from across the United Kingdom, incisive analysis by the People's Parliament. Our panel dissects the topic of the week, and listeners interact.
Also featuring great Biafran history, education, awareness, and enlightenment, plus entertainment galore.
Tune in to the UK timeout on Radio Biafra. Sundays from 7:30 p.m. Biafran time and British Summer Time. Set out for a fabulous week ahead with the UK timeout on Radio Biafra. News, views, previews, and reviews. Join us.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you via Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. And we are here today being the 9th of September 2024. Therefore, without taking much time, I want to bring in the UK coordinator, Mazi Nwokoro, in order to talk to us briefly as he wishes to. Mazi, over to you. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Jonathan. I can't thank you enough for the sterling work you continue to do. May Chukwuka Biama strengthen you, fortify you in all ramifications. A very warm good evening from my location, Great Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone where you're listening from. My names are Ikechukwu Nice Nwokoro Ichie Nwachinemere. I serve the wonderful people of Biafra in the capacity of the National Coordinator of the United Kingdom family. I bring us good tidings and I bring you warm greetings from the UK IPOB family, particularly this evening that we have great news to share. That is, for the very first time in the history of IPOB UK will be reaching to you live from this hallowed platform, Radio Biafra, on a weekly basis. We have come up with a program which is titled the UK Timeout. First and foremost, let me thank our amiable head of the Directorate of State, Mazi Chinedu, because it was by his special, very, very straightforward grace on the day of our annual general meeting, AGM, in London, on Saturday, the 29th of June, that he expressly approved that UK can have a slot on Radio Biafra on weekly basis. And thereafter directed my humble self to reach out to our IPOB head of media, Mazi Chinedu, former, whom I must express the gratitude of the whole UK family to this evening for his kind acceptance and final approval. In fact, giving us more than we were actually looking for. Of course, it wouldn't have been possible without the wonderful cooperation, guidance, direction of Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, the chief host of this citadel of the brainwashing station, where we reconfigure our people's brain and bring them back from the brainwashing mode that our evil colonial masters have set them on for a while. Mazi Jonathan, I thank you so much for your understanding, guidance, direction, and making it possible for us to get this slot. So, Great Biafrans, we are good to go. The program titled the UK Timeout. Everybody knows the United Kingdom, which people generally call London, because no matter which part of the UK you are often referred to as, oh, my brother lives in London, or my sister, my auntie lives in London. Everybody knows the London people, in quotes, that we are workaholics, always going from one work to another, one shift. Some people do 3-4 shifts. But we said, no, we need to make a time out for ourselves to add our own voice to the good work that is going on Radio Biafra from the UK perspective. So you probably can relate to why the title is the UK Time Out. We hardly have time in this country. So to make out 90 minutes or more for the UK family to interact with Great Biafrans, share our views, and do some preview, review, as well as bring news from the United Kingdom to our wonderful listeners is very, very auspicious. I will explain a little bit about the synopsis, which is a bit of the rundown of the program, what you will expect to see on the program, and hopefully at some point, Mazi Jonathan will help us to play the promo, which will be officially launched tonight. So it will begin to run on the Radio Biafra and even on BTV, so that all Biafrans will be aware of this program and tune in. First and foremost, the program is every Sunday from 7:30 p.m. up to 9 p.m. We have about 3 or 4 key segments of the program. We will bring you news beats from the United Kingdom, which is what is going on in the UK, what is newsworthy, to share with great Biafrans and other lovers of freedom who tune in regularly to Radio Biafra. We will also discuss what we call the topic of the week. Our great editorial board team, we look at the topical issues of the week and decide the one that we will discuss on. We will have a panel of discussants, which from time to time could feature a guest discussant or a guest studio guest. So we look at the topic of the week and dissect it from our own perspective. We would also give a chance to our listeners to interact or contribute. So you are more than welcome to phone in, send your messages, whichever way or medium you prefer to reach out to us. As usual, Mazi Jonathan will be our great help with the technicalities of that, ensuring that your calls come through to us, and we take as many as we can, as many as time will permit us on each episode. We will also have a little bit of entertainment as interlude, featuring musicals, the ones we are permitted by broadcast rights and laws to play, or some clips probably relating to the topic of the week. Every other week, we intend to have a Biafra education awareness segment. Our UK beat team, that is the Biafra education awareness dissemination team, would have somebody to educate us, enlighten us on a particular topic that week. If the topic is that long that it won't feature in one particular episode, then there will be a series of it. Series 1, 2, or part 1, part 2, and it goes in that direction. It's going to be every other week. We work out all the modalities as we get started tomorrow. I will not pause for now without thanking all the UK family members, especially our media IT innovation team, for their sterling work. They've worked assiduously hard to ensure that we come up with this program. I want to specifically thank each and every member of the team. Sorry, time may not permit me to mention specific names. I also want to thank the UK leadership, the cabinet. We are meeting tonight as well to rub minds, get more input to send back to the team that is working on this, who we meet tomorrow as we cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Of course, not forgetting the rest of the national teams. They have one part or the other to play in making this program the huge success we anticipate is definitely going to be. This is your program, it's ours. The whole idea is that the whole United Kingdom will be featured as we go around the months of the week and as we proceed. So it's not for only a particular group or team, but we hope to cover all the regions of the United Kingdom, the 9 regions. So the regional coordinators have a duty to coordinate their regions and then get people prepared. You don't have to worry so much about expertise or qualification. And this program is not about too much grammar or the Queen's English. We'll try as much as possible to keep it as simplistic as possible so that our listeners will comprehend us and get well informed and educated. That is our main objective. Before Mazi, Jonathan, I hand over back to you maybe for any question or two. Let me use this occasion to announce that our amiable IPOB First Lady, Lolo Uchechi Opukano, we officially launch this program on the debut, which is this coming Sunday, the 15th of September. So, I mean, this is great news. Our Lolo has just returned from the zoo, where she has spent quite some time visiting our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu. So this program, the UK Timeout, will be the very first time she will be on air since her return. It's our honor and privilege to have her as the very first guest of the UK Timeout on Radio Biafra. And I urge every listener to tune in this Sunday to get all the latest information you have. And Lolo, I thank you. I know you're listening once again. When we spoke this evening, you graciously agreed to entertain questions, something you have never done in your previous broadcast. So Lolo will be there, and she is happy to take your questions. I know Mazi Jonathan will do justice to all that. So it's going to be a bumper, very maiden edition of this program this coming Sunday, the 18th of September. We promise that it's going to be worth it. And it's going to continue that way from this Sunday, every other Sunday. Our pledge is that we will not let you down. We will never let Biafra down. We must continue this work of full restoration of Biafra. No going back, no retreat, no surrender. Thank you very much, Machineke.
There, Mazi. Just before you go, you mean that the whole program, just for clarification purposes, it will be interactive, which means people we can call in and ask questions. I think that is it, right?
Yes, absolutely. That will be on the segment of the topic of the week, or, as I said, occasionally, like we will start Sunday, when we have a guest, a studio guest, who will be live to make a broadcast, and people are welcome to ask questions in so far as the guest is happy to take questions. But for the topic of the week, our panel of discussants, which will be IPOB UK family members, we dissect the topic of the week and welcome questions, comments, contributions, brief ones from our listeners, because we want to make it interactive. Let me also state that it is not only listeners from the UK, all Radio Biafra listeners who are tuned in on the day are more than welcome to contribute or interact on this show as we go along. But also that permit me to ask people that when we get started, because I said we have segments, to please be patient until the lines are open, because we have to take our news beat segments, for example, and do the normal intro and the rest of it before we can go into the topic of the day. Our panel of discussants, we first open the topic and discuss it for maybe 15 minutes before the lines can open. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Thank you. I think I have no other question.
Okay.
To ask you.
Thank you, Ezbo Chineke, and we'll see you on Sunday again.
There we Thank you very much. We must continue, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom.
great Biafran history, education, awareness.
Bring in the UK Timeout on Radio Biafra. The UK Timeout on Radio Biafra. Bring in youth beats from across the United Kingdom. Incisive analysis by the People's Parliament. Our panel dissects the topic of the week and listeners interact.
Also featuring great Biafran history, education, awareness, and enlightenment, plus entertainment galore.
Tune in to the UK Timeout on Radio Biafra. Sundays from 7:30 p.m. Biafran time and British Summer Time. Set out for a fabulous week ahead with the UK Timeout on Radio Biafra. News, views, previews, and reviews. Join us.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. You've heard it about the upcoming program. It's going to be on Sunday, come Sunday. Therefore, continue tuning in. We must continue in this restoration project because this is a project. You know what is a project? It is a project. It is a process also in order to achieve the project. Therefore, there is no retreat and no surrender. I will just touch on some few news headlines and I will before opening the line, please. Now, there is one news headline. There is one news headline that when I read it, I continue, laughing to the stupidity of, let me say, Nigerians, honestly. Because Nigeria is a no-man's land. That is Nigeria for you, a no-man's land. No policy, no achievable policy. Abdul Karim, he said it, that Nigeria jaga jaga. Nigeria jaga jaga. A country, for even if for not any other thing, let me tell you, Nigeria is too big it's too large. The population is too big for a black person to control. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's too large for black people to control because Nigerians have not developed the mental capacity of governing of this type of population, large population. That is why everybody is there for stealing. Stealing, looting, because it is just like a giant carcass. When you go to the seaside, the beach, you saw a quail. This sea mammal called quail. Giant one that could go on 100 tons and more. It is there free of charge. You see, animals can be a dead quail for that matter. Human beings can be cutting meat as they want. Animals can also, if they have the occasion, they come and steal the meat. It's for nobody. So you take as you want. There is no control. That is what Nigeria is. Now, look at what he achieved. This is today's news headline. The police chief, Adejobi, he says, don't give bribe to police personnel and then complain to us. Police force spokesman tells Nigerians amid outcry over extortion. They have, for him, that is the way Nigerians solve problems. For him, they have solved that. If police ask you bribe, don't give them. Don't give them and start coming to complain to us, shouting on social media. that police are here, have extorted you. That is a a whole police chief of a country. That is what he have got to as solution. That is the solution which he had. He told the public, he refused, don't give any person bribe. Whereas the people he armed them, they are armed. These criminals and animals, I call them animals. Nigerian police, they are animals. They are armed to the teeth, waiting for innocent people. Now, when they stop you in a bush area, I want you to understand the stupidity of Nigerians, how they for them, that is how they govern. They don't consider any other thing. Because they will, this thing don't pass. Let you just go out and say, no, don't give bribe. Don't give them tomorrow. If you give tomorrow, you will see any question of any person that the animals you call the Nigerian police, anyone they extort, steal their money or their car. They will tell them that, but we have told you, don't give them bribe. Without undermining the risk they are putting people into. How can you argue with an animal that has gone? You open his. You remember the guy that the guy that based in Ghana that returned to Nigeria that they extorted from Bayelsa, going to I think Aba. On the road, the police, the animals stop him. How many times has the Nigerian police said no? Nigerian police should not have no right to check your phones unless with warrant. But it's only talking, no enforcement, no implementation, nothing to implement. Some police unit like the United States Police, they wear them camera. They are forced to wear dashboard camera in the car and in their body. They don't need to. You have to. It must be on. If you switch it off, now you answer why do you switch it off? It becomes a criminal activity. So they don't need to tell people this and anything that is being done, any policeman is doing, now it is under camera. Later you go back and check it. But the Nigerian police, they cover their face. They cover their face like criminals with black face caps to cover their face. You don't see their faces. Many of them, they don't show you their faces. Now, somebody that didn't show you their face, how are you going to see his number? They don't display their police number, neither their names. No. Which should be compelled to them by law normally. Normally, these are the ways in order to curb all these extortions. First, any person, they will tell the public, any policeman that comes to you, that stops you, you didn't see his number, badge number, and his name. Know that he's not a police person. That one, once you tell the public, that is the first step. But they will not do it because they know what they are doing. Nigeria is about confusion. Look at it. He said, for this Nigerian policeman, he have solved the problem. Bribery. He tell the public, don't give any person bribe. Whereas Nigerian police, they will catch you for nothing. They will detain you just for nothing because they are armed. Just like armed robber, doing things, taking your money, your phone, anything under gunpoint. It's the same thing. But these are official ones. You are driving your car papers, show me your car papers, you kill them, everything is okay, normal. First of all, you don't have the right, as a citizen, you don't have the right to demand them Oga, why you don't put on your name as a policeman so that you are serving us, you are serving the public, you are doing the right thing under the law. Normally, you shouldn't hide your name. Why are Nigerian police hiding their names and their badge numbers? Why? No, they don't address this, do they? How do you think people like this are they can govern a successful country? They don't tackle things right from the grassroots. They issue artificial solutions, which is untenable, highly untenable. Because any policeman you refuse to give a bribe, they will shoot you, they'll kill you. They'll tell you, I will kill you, I will kill you, and nothing will happen. Yes, I will label you that you are an armed robber. Or if as an Igbo man, if it's in Biafra land, they will tell you, you are an ESN and case closed. And they will bring TVC news and show them your dead body with the gun. They scavenge for gun. They have guns everywhere. They put on your dead corpse. And TVC News will come and say, hey, okay, look at one of them is being killed. All these criminals tormenting Nigerians, innocent Nigerians. Look at them being killed. Oh, police, you are doing your job. That is the way they roll. How do you think that this kind of people is capable of governing? How? Tell me how. Why don't they say, okay, now people complain about policemen. Policemen, they are law enforcement agencies, which means they are law enforcers, enforcement agencies or agents. Policemen, they are for peace. Now, if they are legal, why are they hiding their names and badge numbers? Why? That is a question. You know, if Nigerians are sensible, of which they are not, because Nigerians are programmed not to ask questions. They don't ask questions. They believe things and accept it's okay. Are you hearing me? They should ask, okay, oh, you are police that are guiding our peace, being paid by public money, public funding, which I am one of the people paying. The citizens are paying. Now, you should be transparent, number one. That is the number one thing. They should be transparent. Why are you wearing masks? It's only criminals, armed robbers, terrorists that wear masks. Why they commit their heinous crime? They hide their identity. Why are Nigerian police hiding their identity? People that are in the public. You see, oh, they hear Britain established the police in Nigeria. They hear others have police. They have their police, but they do not go to the details of why is it Dubai their police are working. Do you know that Dubai police uses Lamborghini? They use the most expensive cars. Dubai police. When you see a Dubai police, you want to or not go get a gun to be a police person. But in Nigeria, look at them. Look at them. You go to police barracks, you cannot even you cannot eat anything there, nothing. When you go to police barracks, where human beings are living with their wives and children, you start vomiting. They don't address all these issues. Because all these Nigerian police bosses, you know what they do? The money to be paid to police, they do business with banks. All the billions of dollars, instead of paying direct to the police that need the money every month, they put the money into fixed deposit for some months. So that if billions of naira, that money will double within just few months. And that time they are owing the police. Now, once they finish, they will bring out the money. They double the benefit is for them with the bank. That is what they do. That is what they do. And instead of the Nigerian police, in order to protest and do something about it, they target innocent civilians, fellow miserable citizens. Do you see how bad it is in Nigeria? As you are listening, that is what is happening in Nigeria. If you're a foreigner listening to me, that is how bad it is in Nigeria. It's not like any other country. Nigeria is not like any other country in this world. I am saying it. It's an abstract. I used to say this, that if Nigeria continues existing for another 50 years, Nigeria will bring out another type of, maybe no more Homo sapiens. They will mutate to another type of being, another type of Homo. Maybe they'll go back to Homo erectus, primitive Neanderthals that are different from mainstream human beings. I'm telling you honestly, because system can recreate the human beings. System. Whenever you enter Nigeria, you see that everybody is mad, but they themselves, they don't know. As you are coming, you see that going on the street, the taxi driver, the Obao, the motorcyclists, all police, army, all are mad. You notice it immediately. Now you are in a country of madness. See, what type of human being are these? So if you continue prolonging Nigeria and things continue being like this, as Nigerians, they will be removing themselves, mutating. They will be evolving to another type of species of human being that is different from any other species in this world. Going back to Stone Age in mentality. What I'm telling you, mark it. What I'm telling you, unless Nigeria is destroyed. Because Britain created Nigeria in order to manipulate, turn human beings there as they want for their own benefit. So why is this man as the police chief, Dejobi? Why is he talking, just like a market, the way this is like talking bar talk, bar. Or good one or good bar. The bar that is what this man is saying. Don't they give bribe to police personnel and then complain to us? That is their own system, the law. They have sanitized the police. They have stopped bribery. They have stopped corruption, police corruption for him. I have told the public, I have told you people now listening to me in this media, don't ever give Nigeria or police a bribe. Refuse. And you refuse and they kill you. And once they kill you, he will be the person to promote your killer. An innocent person. But the criminal police will kill you because you refuse to transfer the money they need from you. Nigerian police are carrying POS machines. They don't talk about it. They hide the identity to the public, which under the law is not normal. It's against the law, against the Nigerian constitution. Any policeman should hang his badge number. It must be hanged on official duties. You hang your badge number, it will be visible, legible, and your name boldly, so that people can know it. So that if anything wrong happens, you'll be responsible. The people will hold you accountable. They will report you. But no, they hide the identity. You see the police people on the roads, none of them have badge numbers. None of them have names. And you don't dare ask, Olokpa, what is your name? Hey, you have caused the you are sentenced to death. Why? So okay, you're a terrorist. They will talk something, as that's something. Oh God. Just watch. When you watch the video of, is it that a Swiss woman that was going through Africa by bike, starting from Morocco, Tunisia, down to South Africa, or reaching Nigeria. You remember, I think last year, it went viral. They didn't know that the woman was videoing them. Everything in his helmet, every part of his motorcycle is wired with camera. Do you see, when you look at the Nigerian police, look at them. They are completely outstanding than any other police in this world. Even Benin police don't look like. You look at them, only they are complete criminals. Watch that video again. It's on YouTube. They are, normally police are polite. Anywhere in the world, the police is polite, talking to citizens, because that is their job. They deal with civilians to maintain peace. But Nigerian police, look at them, because they are armed, they give them gun. So for them, they are now emperors. Look at their faces. You see criminality all over them. Go and watch that video again. It's on YouTube. The Nigerian police demanding for bribe, demanding money from tourists. Type it on YouTube, you watch it. They didn't know that their faces they captured two of them. They resemble death itself. They resemble people that came from maybe the 10th century, from Stone Age. You look at them. They see you, they start begging money. They don't know that they are serving a country. All these things, this police boss, he didn't address them. That is not his concern. For him, the solution is he told the public, don't give any police a bribe. Whereas they will detain you for nothing. For wandering is only in Nigeria, wandering. You cannot have good time. Just start strolling. They will detain you for strolling and demand money. And they will tell you that if you don't cooperate with us, we can kill you and label you that you are an armed robber. And there is nothing you can do. If you are being told that, what are you going to do? As a human being, what will you do? You will do anything, because these are armed robbers. Nigerian police, they are complete armed robbers operating under official mantle as policemen and women. That is who they are. So why is this man not trying to regulate at least the basic things, solve the problem right from grassroots? Do you think that they care about the solution in Nigeria? Who tell you that? Tinubu said it is his turn now. His turn now, and he grabbed the whole thing, grabbed the presidentship by through stealing, and it's his turn. So he didn't campaign. He said Buhari have finished his turn, so we agree that after you, Nnamdi. So wait. Did he promise anything? It's his turn. Why are people even crying in Nigeria? Whereas then, when Tinubu say, hey, now my turn to rule, Buhari don't rule everywhere. Using 97% of Nigerian national revenue in order to service debts. He said after you finish your Nnamdi. So, you people, Nigerians never start crying. They never start. Because they don't pay attention. Because of hatred of Igbos. They are always blinded by the hatred they have against Igbos. Somebody will use the hatred against Igbos and stir up. They will be hating Igbos and things, Tinubu will take his turn. He said, now my turn. Now my turn to steal. And that is it. So this man now, as the police chief, the solution to police killings and police robbery of innocent citizens, he tell the citizens, say, if police demand bribe for you, don't give. But he give them arms. He have AK-47, all of them. He giving gorilla gun. That he should use it wise. Giving them gun. What do Nigeria? They laugh over this. I beg, in a while, how can we not give them bribe? I beg, we go give them now. They will laugh over it. Nigerians laugh over serious issues. They use them to do content creation. They are incapable of running a country. Are you hearing me? You see police and military chiefs. Ask a policeman that I have served for 5 years. Ask him how many times have he received a new uniform. Ask him. And you will be surprised. Of course, this is what we know. They don't give them uniforms. They pay for it. Nigerian police, you buy your uniforms. And who is paying all these things? The masses. They will come and these same people that are suffering, that they know their problem, but they will go and start suppressing miserable masses like them. That is where it gets, I always get mad. I say, why is it so? Nigerians know the solution to their problems, but they will not like to solve it. No. Instead, they will try to go and look for the cheaper person, easier human being to suppress, in order to suppress the way they are being suppressed now. They suppress now. You suppress me, I suppress the person I can. Very fundamentally flawed mentality. They don't. Why don't they ask and say, look, we are having problems. Yes, there is a police corruption, but let us start by, at least it becomes a law giving the population the right, in order any policemen and women you see without their badge and their badge number and their names boldly on if they didn't wear all these things, that these people are not police, Nigerian police. They are not. They are criminals. Treat them as criminals. Now you start from there, but they don't do that, because these officials, this hierarchy, they are the people. I mean, because they know that they are withholding their money. Are you hearing me? So they leave them, say, I beg to survive. Go, if they no pay you, no go to street and collect money in the street. That is, go and rob citizens. Go and rob them. You have guns, go and rob them. That is what they used to say. All these police bosses from office, and they have courts. Why are you crying that they never pay? I beg. The city, the streets have money. Go to the streets. You know what to do. And after, give me my court. Otherwise, I will. They post. If all these people that are, the one that is knocking we are hearing is, if the person is bold enough to come on the media in order to talk that they have robbed him. Nigerian police robbed them. Thousands are robbed in a day, daily, mostly in Biafra land. They don't talk. They don't have the courage to talk because they're afraid of their lives. So the one we are hearing is the one that have courage. One in maybe 10,000 that will come, or 100,000, one in 100,000 that will come out and talk on how he was being robbed by the Nigerian police at gunpoint. They have their POS. What are they doing with POS? Nigerian policemen on the street. Make no mistake about it. Their orgas, their bosses that is sending them, they know everything. That is why they cover them. That is why whenever they kill, now they kill somebody. Now the orga will either tell you that no, they are not. If they are not being caught, they will protect them and say no, they are not Nigerian police. We don't recognize sending any Nigerian. They are fake policemen. They cover it as fake police. That is the dilemma Nigerians see themselves, the population see themselves, mostly Biafrans. If you catch them and kill them as they are robbing you, now, if you didn't catch them, the Nigerian police will deny, no, these are not, they are criminals. It's not Nigerian police. So, if you catch them and burn them alive, now, the police will now come and retaliate and start telling you that you they changed the whole story. They now claim that these are the police of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They know they will come because it's their voice that the media will hear, will listen to. Nigerian media is not for the masses. It's for the subjugators. That is it. Police, politicians, that they are for the Nigerian. I mean, the journalists, Nigerian journalists, are for these people in their side. They are not in the side of the population, which is not normal. So, do you see? In other places, they solve this type of problems, even changing of proofs, cutting and covering the reality of what happened. They try to find a solution by, first of all, a police officer wears his NIT, he wears his name and badge number. Because with all these things, it could be traced. And the policeman should be videoed at all time. If he stops you, as long as he himself doesn't have camera, you have the right, normally, you should have the right to start videoing. Bring out your camera and start videoing. Because if a policeman is not doing something illegal, why should he fear about being videoed during the course of his job? Why should he fear? He's interrogating you, maybe he suspects you to be one thing or the other. And you bring out your phone and be videoing. He say, yeah, no problem. Continue if you are searching, search, no problem, but I'll be videoing. So that everything will be caught on camera. But you don't dare try it with Nigerian police. You don't dare try it. They will tell you, I will kill you, I have gun, I will kill you, and nothing will happen. You're a criminal. They will start, So what are they hiding? These are the things that this Nigerian police, that is what the Nigerian government should be talking about to solve. Not the useless police boss, police chief, coming out to tell the public that are being robbed by criminals, answering policemen and women in broad daylight, robbing them under gunpoint. And you tell them, no, don't give bribe, so that they'll kill them. And after, you come and showcase how your police is working on killing criminals. Do you see how Nigeria is? Do you see why we don't want to be part of this mess? It's a complete mess. Let me reiterate here in what we have been saying. Nigeria is a country that nothing, nobody, no angel, no demon, no spirit can fix. No human being can fix. Forget about what they tell you. If I come, I will do this. These are rhetorics. These are what? Rhetorics. Look at what is happening. Terrorists have taken over. Terrorists are in charge in Nigeria. How are you going to solve that problem? Whereas the people that are calling the shots, they are there with you. They are, guiding you as the president. The president, you cannot fight, you cannot do anything. Do you see how bad it is? And look, and Britain, the creator of Nigeria, is laughing, is enjoying the situation. Because a country in turmoil, you can never dream about development. Never. Instead, they continue telling you, borrow your money, don't worry. You will see a country servicing their debt with 97% of their national income. Where else have you seen it? As Tinubu say, he has reduced it to 68%, and he's proud. A country of 220 or 30 million people, with more than 70%, younger generations, 30 years and below. below 30 years, 70% of the population, that has the energy, if channeled rightly, to work and build a country. But they cannot, because it's a country, it's not a country, it's a conglomerate amalgamation of different states, nations, or countries. At gunpoint, you must stay together. That is what Nigeria is. So who cares about development? Everybody is caring about who goes there to thief, who goes to the center. Now it is the turn of Yorubas. They are defending their thief. It is our turn. Now you talk about dividing Nigeria. Do you see the evil Nigeria represents? Oduduwa no more, is gone. They say no, now our turn to thief. Wait, after 80 years, when we thief finish, if another person enter power, which is a northerner, now you see Oduduwa will rise up. Hey, we need our nation. Oduduwa, we are yeah. That is the very pathetic situation Britain concocted as a country. I am telling you, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's simply not fair. Let me read another. There is this man, a Nigerian minister, Matawale, knows bandits kingpin. Tuji's whereabouts. His 20 million bounty is a joke. Sokoto Islamic cleric. Remember Matawale, who was a governor? I think governor of, is it Sokoto or Bauchi? Which place? But now a junior minister of defense. He's a pure Fulani. Pure Fulani headsman killer. They are in power. Are you hearing me? Even today, say when you look at the person, the Sokoto Islamic cleric that said this, maybe he's an Hausa. He's not a Fulani. You know that Hausas and Fulani now in the northern part of Nigeria, there is a complete big crack. The Hausas are waking up. And the Fulani, they sense it that, look, our slaves are now trying to, rise up. Are you hearing me? That is the truth. So, this man, Matawele, he knows. They say he knows the bandit king, and it's true. They are people. After all, this guy, Sheikh Gumi, he said it openly that these people are their warriors. That they should never allow any president, any government that will come to start killing them. No, isn't do Nigerians react accordingly? They continue sleeping. Instead, they channel their mind into Igbo. Igbo this, Igbophobia. I say it is good. Let them continue hating Igbos to everybody's destruction. Let them continue. Sheikh Gumi said it. He went and took pictures with these terrorists with guns. Even this Matawale, when he was a governor, he went and gave them Hilux van, Hilux SUVs for them to continue their jihadism. Sheikh Gumi said it. He said all of them are Fulani. He said during the campaign, presidential campaign, Sheikh Gumi said they should never vote for any person, any president that will come in order to kill their warriors, the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram, the killer terrorists, ISWAP, which they call bandits. They label them bandits to confuse everybody. Sheikh Gumi went in their midst, taking photos. They are all armed to the teeth. He opened up, he said, and I say, can an Igbo person, Igbo politician, Igbo any political elite come up and defend? For example, I'm not comparing ESN with the bandits, no, but I'm just giving an example. ESN that is even legal for our protection. Can any Igbo political elite do it openly, defending them? That no, these people, they know that they are doing the right thing. The or bunch of mammy, Epogodi called men or bunch of mammy. The Igbo politician. Look at our lady, our one of our sisters, Amaka, in Canada, that reacted, that had enough of this Igbophobia. And he reacted. Immediately, Nigerian government, through the Senate House, they rose up and voted and said no, they have to contact Canadian government in order to arrest the woman as an Igbo. And Igbo senators are there. They okayed it to be seen as the tribal, we have been beaten into a stupor. It's only IPOB. It's only IPOB that we have, nothing more. That is the voice of our people. It's only IPOB. And when nobody again, nobody. Our politicians used to act more vehemently when it comes to acting against their own people, because they want to show their masters that we are the tribalized. Are you hearing me? What do you think about that? What do you say? When in Nigeria, when they tell you that you are the tribalized, it's only Igbos, mostly Igbos, that they use this term. Oh, is it the tribalized Nigerian? So that he don't favor his brother in anything. He doesn't do like others do. Others will come and favor their brother openly. Igbo man will come and want to treat everybody equal. Even he will disfavor, he will be against his brother in the public for them to see that, oh, he is a detribalized Nigerian. That is out of fear, cowardice. Since we are defeated in a war, since 1970, they have turned us into cowards. I don't hide. We don't hide. It's the reality of what is happening. It's the reality, daily reality of our lives. Our people, we are turned into cowards. Agomota atono. Do you see how bad it is? You see an Igbo man, he is afraid. He's working in maybe federal secretariat in Abuja, for example. His Igbo brother enter. He is even afraid in order to showcase himself that he's his brother, Igbo person. He will start speaking English for him. If possible, you start speaking Hausa self for him to show him that I know, because he himself is afraid. He is there. Oh, there. Anything they can pursue him because he is a third class citizen. So he's afraid. Sometimes I don't blame too. Sometimes it's the situation we are in. That is why we need to liberate ourselves. We are in a bad situation where we are relegated to the background as slaves in Nigeria. Are you hearing me? Sometimes we complain. You will see somebody complaining that, there are among the 5 policemen. It's even one is Igbo, or 2 of them is Igbo. Others are not Igbos. But that is Igbo brother that is even acting more vehemently. That is more wicked. One, sometimes it's artificial. He is doing this to save himself. Because if he show you mercy, once you go, they will not show him mercy in any way. An Hausa person, Hausa policeman or military, he can show his brother that even committed a crime. He will show him mercy. In the midst of Igbos and Yoruba, he don't care. He will speak as I say, man, let go. They leave him. No, man, leave him. Man, no, detain him. Go. You cannot query him. You see, but you cannot do it for your brother, because after they will deal with you inside that police force. They make report that you are a tribalist. You see, Have you seen a pot, black pot, telling charcoal that is black? But that is what is happening in Nigeria. So, Matawale, who is a junior minister of defense, he is a Boko Haram. He knows everything. They are the people sponsoring. They are the people in charge of giving Nigeria, the Nigerian military, quack weapons in order to go and arm Boko Haram and Fulani killers, killer terrorists. They call bandits. The headsmen killers. They call bandits. They arm them to the teeth, and they gave order: don't ever shoot a Fulani terrorist. Don't shoot any bandit. Don't shoot a Boko Haram. Nigerian military personnel have confessed this. He said this order, secret order from above, that you should not kill them. You should capture them alive. And do you know what? The people they are sending to that north to fight Boko Haram mostly are Biafrans. Southerners in general are mostly they are Biafrans. So they are killing the way the way they are dealing with us is a sophisticated way. They will bring their Boko Haram, their terrorists, so-called repentant terrorists in Biafra land, and they will be killing our civilians. Now, our people in the military, they send them in the north and be sabotaging them. They will be killed. Now, let me ask Britain. Why don't Britain recruit a so-called repentant Boko Haram to go and fight for them in Ukraine? Why? Is this not a question that is supposed to be asked? Why are they coming to the south, to Biafra land? Because they know that these are the people that they have manipulated their mentality in the name of religion. That after all, you know, you will see them as your masters in the military, because there will only one verse of the Bible. Your mind, they will bring down your mind, and you will do according to what they tell you to do. That is why they are soliciting for Biafrans to come and register in their so-called Commonwealth military. And many people are doing so. When you look at it, you see that mostly Biafrans, generally Southerners and Middle Belters, but all Christians. Why don't they? I think they need fighters. Why don't they recruit Boko Haram and the so-called repentant Boko Haram? Because they know that those people, once they arm them, even they take them to Ukraine, they can rebel again. They are not under their manipulation. You understand? Because they are not Christians. They are not answerable to them. They don't see them as their gods as you are seeing them. That is the thing. Otherwise, don't they say how many thousands of repented Boko Haram surrendered to Nigeria, and they have been how do you call they have been terrorized or the green. Eh? Why don't Britain go for them? Don't they need a military to go and fight in Ukraine? But they are coming for you as a Southerner, as a Biafran, as a Christian. Because they know that you are manipulable. They have captured your mentality. That is the reason. Before anything, they'll tell you, let us pray. Once they bring out their book, King James Version, you bow. You say, they are our God. That is it. But they cannot do it to Boko Haram. They radicalize. Thank you, my brother. They radicalize Boko Haram. Why don't Britain go for the so-called radical? I think they have been de-radicalized, right? Why don't Britain go and hire them recruit them into the army, fool them. They will turn around and burn Britain. In war front, they will turn around and join the enemy school to kill them. They will turn, once they get weapons, they turn into another thing. Because they have not been caged mentally like you through religion, through British religion. You know, how I wish that we can have a video of all those their recruitment, or before sending them to the war front. You will see a white British will bring out the King James Version to read verses that makes you docile. You agree that yes, we are one. And that is why, let me go to the other news headline. It says, Nigerian Navy declares 1-star general, 5 other personnel wanted for desertion. Direct stoppage of salaries. Do you know we are the 1-star general in the Navy, which is equivalent to brigadier general in the army? Do you know they deserted in foreign land, on foreign mission? Are you hearing me? 1-star general. Do you know what it means? Do you know that if it is, for example, if it's in China, a Chinese do this, they will bring out the parents or the families of these people in their country and jail them, put them, send them to heavy jail where they torture them daily, because that is breach. But in Nigeria, it is common. Are you hearing me? Because Nigeria is not a country. So any person that gets any chance anywhere is a jackpot. Is it not shameful? No, tell me. Is it not shameful? A 1-star general in the Navy, which is equivalent to brigadier general in the army. Do you know the state secret that he can sell? But because of the situation of Nigeria, do I blame the person? I don't blame him. Because Nigeria is not fit for human abode. It's not fit for human abode. Even when we call Nigeria a zoo, it is an insult to the animal kingdom. It's an archaic jungle, a primitive jungle, where there is no rule. Otherwise, how do you think that a 1-star general will just run for economic reason? If you bring him, you hear from him, his part of story, he will tell you things that will shock you. You will even shake him for doing what he did. Are you hearing me? You will shake him. You will praise him for doing what he did. Maybe he's a person that have merited being promoted to full general, but no way, because of one thing or the other. So you have to give way. When you are in a so-called country that doesn't care for you, why are you serving that country? Why? Tell me why. You die for nothing. You die for nothing. That is why people should contribute their quota and effort in what we are doing. IPOB is trying to save the ethnic groups, the tribes in Nigeria, different tribes in Nigeria, not only Igbo, please. What we are doing, we are trying to save the ethnicities, the indigenous population. Are you hearing me? Do you remember the Gideon Oka military coup? Do you remember Gideon Oka military coup against Babangida, which they almost succeeded, but it was reversed by the help of Omasanda Ikenwachuku? You know that? Do you remember the speech of Gideon Oka? He said that they want to remove the Fulani oligarchy, Fulani this thing, there are. One day I have read the speech here, and I will bring it out and read it again. From the conquering Fulani ethnicity, those that want to colonize Nigeria, colonize other ethnicities, they want to remove them from power, and they have done it. It's a pity that after the military coup was reversed, courtesy of Ikenwachiku. You see? So, we must continue in what we are doing. He says, Nigeria Navy declares one-star general, 5 other personnel wanted for desertion. They went on foreign trip and the jackpot. That's why the other day I saw in a visit a Nigerian basketball team refused the visa. I think it was either under 20 or under 23 basketball team. They were refused the visa by South Africa. A tournament that was happening in South Africa, they refused Nigeria team visa. Do you see what a country? Do you see that Nigeria is not a country? You see that? That is why we are trying everything we could in order to make sure that we are out of this dead zone. That we are out of this. Now, before I open the lines to take some few calls, I will read IPOB press release of 9th of September 2024. IPOB calls on Hope Uzodinma and Pitamba to stop taxing solar energy and generator users. The Directorate of the State, DOS, of the Indigenous People of Biafra is concerned about the anti-people and anti-economic action of certain governors in the Southeast. The retrogressive and punitive tax on the citizens who are generating power via solar energy and other power generating sources by the Imo State and Enugu State governors is highly condemnable. Governor Pitamba of Enugu State and Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State indeed has proven that they were brought into office to impoverish Ndibo. The residents of Enugu and Imo State have been imposed with obnoxious energy tax for generating their own lights in the contraption of darkness called Nigeria. In a same country with responsible leaders, the provision of reliable electricity is the duty of the government. But in a banana republic such as Nigeria, the citizens are penalized for generating their own lights, which the Nigerian government ought to be responsible for in Enugu and Imo State, respectively. To demonstrate government ineptness, the two clown governors in Imo and Enugu states introduced the retrogressive energy tax on citizens using solar energy and other generators in order to perpetuate darkness in Alibo and grind the economic activities in Alibo to a halt. But they will fail and regret doing such an evil act against the people of Enugu and Imo State. Governor Pitamba and Hope Uzodinma are colluding with a maker force EEFDC company to shortchange Biafrans by indirectly imposing a ban on people not to have alternative power sources outside the maker force criminal enterprise called EEDC. If these unscrupulous governors want the citizens not to use solar energy and generators, they should first demand that EEDC provides constant electricity to the people. Colluding with the criminal enterprise called EEDC management to restrict citizens from enjoying electricity so that they will rely solely on the erratic power from EEDC is not only criminal but a clear economic sabotage of the economic growth of Alibo and that part of the Southeast. It is obvious that these two acclaimed rulers were imposed on Ndibo to impoverish and to weaponize the poverty agenda of their political masters at the center. IPOB is calling on Governor Pitamba and Hope Uzodinma to stand down on their retrogressive energy tax imposed in their states. Instead of imposing tax on those generating their own power, the government should compensate and encourage them for helping to reduce the pressure on the dilapidated power facilities in Nigeria. IPOB will always be against any anti-people policies by the government. If you people doubt this, send out criminals who will collect such obnoxious tax for you again and see the outcome. The tax on people who are providing electricity from alternative sources outside EEDC is not only evil but satanic. Governor Petamba and Governor Hope Uzodimma, please allow Ndibo to breathe and remove the retrogressive energy tax on Ndibo. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. Now, I said this the other day. Why is it that these people are bent on killing our people, on making our people go down? I mean, making our land be in darkness. Let me say this. Let me repeat. Had it been that there is normal government-provided electric supply 24/7, now, and you see people that are using any other alternative energy, if you impose tax, it's understandable. No problem, because you can tell them, but you have to use the mainstream electricity and pay bill so that we can use it also. We need the money. It's understandable. But this time, there is no other alternative. People are trying to survive on their own, and you come there where you press leg on the chest to say you don't need to breathe. We have gone. What do we think that is government? In a democracy, what do we think that is government? The population should be in charge. The people matters more than anything. People must live. These people that are imposing taxes on these people, on solar panels and generators, look at them. If they tell you they need the money, look at them. Look at their entourage. Look at their, how they are being rounded up. Look at how many personal assistants they have. Look at how many, 5 careers they have. They employ, they are paid for doing nothing. They are rubbishing money. Do you remember during election time? Do you remember Hope Uzodimma? He used 5 billion naira to pay the whole hotels. We have forgotten that one. In Dubai, we forget like babies, toddlers very easily. You maybe you smack a child, a child of 3 years, he starts crying, shouting. In the next minute, you brought out a biscuit and give to him. He's all happy. He forget about your smacking. That is how our people behave. We have forgotten how Hope Uzodimma use taxpayers' money, use our collective resources, 5 billion naira, and paid the day of election, paid the whole hotels in Imo State, and every customer, hotel customer, every client in the hotel have to move out. They don't care. That day, you see people hammering, clamoring. Oh, what is happening? No, they will see it now. Don't worry. Hey, I will sue them. What happened again? Nothing. That 5 billion naira is from where? Do people ask questions? The answer is no. All is forgotten. Ghana. Now he's the person that is imposing tax. So that he say what they are doing is don't buy generator, be in darkness. Remain there. Do you see how evil that place is? That place is like in here, that place, Nigeria needs sudden death. I'm telling you honestly, sudden death. You know how sudden death happens? It can happen through discharge, accidental discharge, knowingful discharge. It can happen through any means. What Nigeria needs is sudden death. Let me tell you something. Your subjugator will never leave you until you rise up. Take it from me. You see, that you are bully, The bully will never stop bullying. He will never stop subjugating until one day you rise up and face your fears. That is what is happening in our land. When this thing enters, if people take it like this, before you know, the other southeastern governors will do the same thing. Before you know, they will even come more. They will come more. Say, even the farm, you are farming. Your farmland, you have to pay tax. They will continue until, because they want you to get out of the way, to exist no more, so that they take everything. That is how they behave, the bullies. That is why I wrote it on my timeline. And according to Che Guevara, there is something he said, and I quoted from him. You know, Che Guevara said, "A people without heads can never triumph over a brutal enemy." Many people don't understand this quote. A people without heads can never triumph over a brutal enemy. This imposed warrant chiefs on our land. They are brutal enemy. You can never survive. You can never triumph without having righteous indignation. That is the hatred against them. That is when you say, now, if it is death, let me die. Instead of, I saw a video of one man jumping into the lagoon, committing suicide. That is the most cowardly act I've ever seen. Because of hardship, you want to commit suicide? Why not a mayhem target to all these people? As you want to die, you may target to all these people that are brutalizing us. A people without heads can never triumph over a brutal enemy, because a brutal enemy don't want you alive. So you need to hate them. You need to hate them with every drop of your blood. That is when your mentality will raise your hormone in order to react. That is it. It's a quotation from Che Guevara, and it has great meaning. Without that head, you say you absorb anything they do. As this thing, they are trying to take the ground now. Petamba, the Imo State blood sucker. When you want to showcase, don't worry now. Anything that they impose, we will pay. Jehovah ways. We go and look for money. You are an idiot. You are less than an idiot. Remember, without heads, you can never triumph over a brutal enemy. When you accept this, you say, now don't worry, one day you no go better. You no go ever better. They continue doing worse. When they see that this thing didn't touch you, they will go more. They'll continue going more until you'll be dying of depression. You'll be dying of poverty. You'll be committing suicide. You'll be eating your brothers and sisters raw. That is what they want. Instead of developing that hatred and fighting and resisting them. A people without a head can never triumph over a brutal enemy. What we have in our land are more than brutal enemies. The vassals that are being imposed, the warrant chiefs being imposed on us, they are brutal enemies. The caliphate, they are brutal enemies. You know, actions and reactions are equal and opposite. That brutality they are unleashing on us, it needs to generate an equal hatred. With that hatred, that is how you can stand in order to resist. It's not something bad. No. It's not something bad. But when you continue observing, laughing, saying that you cannot do anything, no, don't worry. You continue dying and dying for nothing. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, and when I come back, I will open the lines for just few calls. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
This thing not that good, oh. I say it not good, oh. This thing not that good, oh. I want us tomorrow. Oh yes, oya make una open una ear, hear this one. This one na for EEDC o. EEDC wan defraud Southeast with exorbitant electricity bill with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say dem no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but dem go give illegal high estimated bills. Dem no wan know if light dey or e no dey. Instead of dem to fix am, dem go force people to pay the bills wey dem no use, or dem go cut the lights. I wonder how communities go use contribute money, buy their own power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amount of money to this obodo Naija corrupt EEDC, but dem no go gree connect or bring the light. Even when they dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, dem no go repair or return it to the communities. This issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka Offor and EEDC. This matter dey under agreement to provide light o, 24 hours light o. But from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka Offor don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. This thing no dey good o. I say e no good o. This thing no dey good o. I want us tomorrow.
The UK Time Out on Radio Biafra bring in youth beats from across the United Kingdom, incisive analysis by the People's Parliament. Our panel dissects the topic of the week, and listeners interact.
Also featuring great Biafran history, education, awareness, and enlightenment, plus entertainment galore.
Tune in to the UK Time Out on Radio Biafra. Sundays from 7:30 p.m. Biafran time and British Summer Time. Set out for a fabulous week ahead with the UK Time Out on Radio Biafra. News, views, previews, and reviews. Join us.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra Land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 9th day of September 2024. That's about Obochi Afo. Our lines are now opened. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us now and give us your view on the issue, the current affairs and issues discussed. I'll just try to receive just few calls, just very few calls, 1 or 2 calls, please, before I close the program. If you can call and give your view. But remember, we are doing what we are doing because it is not that it is easy, but it is the right thing to do. We need to liberate ourselves from that dead zone called Nigeria, because Nigeria is a lead, a lead. Ihe jiri kpuchi mmadụ. Just like atọnyere anyị n'ime ọmịa, kpuchi anyị, so that we cannot breathe, so that we cannot shine. We can never, showcase our lights, our talents. That is what is happening in Nigeria. But we must remove ourselves from this nonsense. I have a caller on Signal. Caller on Signal. You are the first caller. Can you hear me? Caller on Signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on Signal. Mazi, are you waiting? Go on, please. I've been talking. You are not listening or what? Go on. You are now coming out.
I also appreciate our brother who came on air from UK, the UK National Coordinator. We appreciate the program that you're bringing up, and we are here live and direct to give you our support. We must share the information around, and thank God this time, Radio Biafra is bursting everywhere in Biafra land. We are ready to hear the gospel. They will. Mazi, I only called for one thing because everything you said, like as it stands today in the zoo is rocking. You understand? So the shouting of there is nothing like Nigerian youth or Nigerian populace speaking out for the evil committed against them. No, it can't happen. Anybody expecting Nigerians to rise up to of the obligation to face the reality facing them, which is death, hunger, starvation that has been on their neck since the creation of this contraption. That person is hallucinating because these people are a kind of people I have never seen in this life. And you said something concerning our own Biafrans, the Igbos, the way we behave in this particular contraption. Those of them that still believe in one Nigeria, their attitude is more reason why the government is doing everything they are doing to us without remorse. You said something that if you go in an office, you will see an Hausa person, a Yoruba person. Once he sees his own language person, you will see them, showing concern, helping that person openly without being apologetic about it. But in that same office, you will see thousands of Igbo people sit there. Even it will be very difficult for you as somebody who works in there to even ask for a favor from that your fellow Igbo person. Rather, it will not compel you to go and start begging an outside, only Yoruba, only Hausa. Even only can move for the Gakade self, this is little realities that we face every day in our life because we walk into offices, we see some of these things. And when you try to let them understand, Neha, you're not being patriotic to yourself. How can you not be? But our people she's ama harmonize from ama fezu obodo oyibo. This is the life they live. So paying attention to the evil and ills happening to them right from time immemorial, nobody cares. And there is something I also thought about. I said, do you know that here I like Klemoga that we are rich, we Igbos, we have rich people. I have never seen an Igbo rich man that his wealth lasted like 2 decades. Even a decade like this, straight without Nigeria government clamping that Igbo man down. But today, the likes of Dan Tata them, Bua, the man that has Bua, Dan Gote them, $10 them, Adenuga, names that you can hear, a legacy, man, their wealth are lasting decades, more than 2 decades, some going to 3 decades now. And they are still there. Children are being born to witness that these people are still on top. But look at our own people. How many of them, the likes of this one in Abia State that have Tony Mas, the man is everything that the man has been robbed down, innocent that is reigning. If not for his strength, Ibeto that is reigning, they have brought him down. Many of them. Is it this man that produced that built one of the first car in Nigeria? What is this man's name? I have forgotten the man's name. That built the first car in Nigeria. That they went and destroyed the car factory in Nigeria. Somewhere in Ezekiel Izog. Thank you. Are you talking about transporters?
Mazi, let me come in there. You know, these people that we are talking that currently that are doing something good, like Innocent. Do you know that he might, if, for example, after being old, because we pray that he grows very old, before joining the ancestors. Do you know that if that happens, his children might not even be able to continue? Do you know the reason? Courtesy of they cannot handle In my innocent fighting, the monsters of Nigeria fighting. Do you remember sometime they just bundled him like a criminal in a nika from Anambra to Abuja? Fly him, arrested him. Do you remember? Do you think that this generation?
Yes, now when they have the scandal.
Yes. Do you think that
With
the
the GT
children?
bank.
Do you think that the children can undergo this type of pressure? When they see that go no go, they will destroy the distance, sell it into pieces, or sell the whole thing off in pieces and go and live their life quietly. Bidokwe or Wanishi with the money. That is how that, because we are in Nigeria. Nigeria is a heavy load, you know. When a child of 10 years, you carry 50 kilos cement, give to him. Now. That's why we are not succeeding. That is why we are not making waves of, because we are a people. Look, a time will come, I put it even on my timeline. A time will come. Do you see they are studying Egyptology? There is a curriculum brought out that is known as Egyptology till today. They are studying the mysteries of ancient Egypt. That is how they will study Igbology or Igbotology. The way I put it. It is funny, but it is a reality, because there are mysteries surrounding this our race that we don't even know nothing about. We don't. People that understand little, they use it to catapult themselves and develop. So Britain know this more than we do. So he yoked us into Nigeria so that we be weighed down. You know, somebody that is struggling for food, he cannot even have a time to think about what to create. No, but that talent is in him. So they yoke us down with Nigeria, so that we can never. I was talking with somebody the other time privately. He told me what he suffered, is suffering in his investment in Nigeria as an Igbo man. But many people don't understand it. There is a way you cannot grow to some certain level as an Igbo man in Nigeria. You will never be allowed to grow unless they give you a part to play, unless they give you a chart to follow it, which is anti-people, anti-your people. Have you forgotten that they tried to persuade, and they tried to persuade the innocent to carry his investment to either in the north or Lagos, but he refused. So they say, okay, refuse now. What he is fighting? Do you think that his children can have the power to continue the fight? Every day, something that governments even help you as a citizen, because you are an entrepreneur. You employ people, thousands, directly and indirectly. With your entrepreneurship, people are feeding. But in Nigeria, as an Igbo man, they stifle you down so that you don't breathe, so that you close. If you are strong-headed and you continue, when you die, everything, your children will not have that power. Because now they are not trained to withstand this type of pressure. So they close down everything and rubbish it. That is why our businesses does not go beyond some time, beyond the lifetime of that person. Because only that person laga. But how does it profit us if we establish and there will be no continuity? That is the worst thing that can happen. Every time each generation come, they will start afresh, building their life, start from afresh, from zero. Do we think at all? Mazi, please go on, please go on.
Mazi, ịma mgbe ụfọdụ like this, echekata this ya dịka isi ọ ga-agbawa mmadụ, but we must continue. Why? Because this thing we're gonna make us to understand that we are not even regarded as human beings now. This useless evil contraption because we can remember those people. When I was growing up as a little child, that time they used to have Igbo Union. We are going to play back. There are the level of rich men we know that time that we are running in our Igbo.
but none of them today is alive. But their counterparts in the Yorubas and the North are all elder statesmen in their states now, controlling political grassroots politics in their areas, helping to build their political will as a people. But in Kanye, there is nothing like grassroots politics. The only grassroots movement that Igbo has been able to have been able to restore in our land of IPOB as a movement, which our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instituted and divinely mandate that this movement has. This is the only solution, and this is why it's a clarion call for you being an Igbo man, whether IPOB or not, and you're listening to our voices every day on this radio, coming to say this thing. My brother, my sister, if you like, from a job, from a Shekiri, from a Bangi, from a Ikwere, from Omoko, Ahoda, Ebeda, anywhere you like, from Oba, you're from Bayelsa. Look at this other of our brother. I don't even know that man is a Bayelsa or where, the Abjuria or what.
Then Galele.
If not this night, I don't even know his. I'm telling you. He's coming up to tell people that he has conscience. That's why it's a lie. Yoruba has come to dominate. Not turn by turn. They chase him away from that place because they don't want anybody that is not a part of them. I was listening to a clip today. To my surprise, the Kalama man was revealing how the Yoruba woman he married were facing backlash from his people, telling him, why will you go and marry Yamere? You go and marry Yamere, to the point that the woman was pressured to run away with the man's two children he got for the man to UK. This is what we face as a people, collective threat. It doesn't matter how or where you feel you come from, or how the government has used politics to destroy your mentality grassroots wise. What is important is that there is a common enemy, and this enemy have united against our people. Because these other two tribes you look at, if you're looking at how they play their politics, whatever that is against our people, you see them uniting to fight and maintain it. And what they have come to kill us. But today, as we are trying to save ourselves by following the leadership of this struggle, DOS, who has given us the way, the truth, and also the light that we are following, their agricultural revolution is a milestone event that our people must participate. This is why people today are giving that testimony. I was somewhere Mazi last week. I saw somebody who came. He's a Biafran too, but from where they call their river state and all of that. He was giving that testimony that he went to Ebony State somewhere to go and do a walk. That the way he was eating food, people were serving. He began to wonder, is this part of Nigeria or is it in another country? Food that he will eat for 3 days, they were just giving him to eat and eat because he saw that these people were farming and food was surplus. I said to myself, at least people are giving the testimonies. It's not only on social media, but the grassroots, everywhere we are penetrating. And we thank God that Chukwuka Abama has given us a divine mandate, which ESN is accomplishing for us to chase away those marudas who always come in disguise of Fulani herdsmen to come and chase our mothers, kill them and rape them out of their forest where they will go and farm and feed themselves. We are in the period of our New Year festival. Now, if we are unable to farm, where we will see the yam that will begin to realize and celebrate New Year festival in our various cities and villages and cotton, is because there is something like ESN. So if you're eating your yam, doing whatever you're doing as a Biafra, please remember to support IPOB through our PayPal account, because your support will go a long way in making sure that those our brothers who are in the bush securing our land, that their hope is not shattered, that which we will promise them that we will be outside there fighting, and also making sure we see them to their knees, that we will not fail on our own duty, because this is the reason why, one of the reasons you will give to them to fail on their own duty is by you failing on your own duty, which is that support. As Nick Roneke, do your own part, I do my own part. Mazi, let others call in because it's our radio.
There were Mazi. Ododrege. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Good evening, man.
There, Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Mazi, the little contribution that I want to contribute this night, this destabilize Nigeria as Hope Uzodinma and his counterpart from Enugu is doing. Mazi, these people are causing a lot of damage to our people. The latest now in Owerri, in Imo State, Mazi. The people that are robbing our people is those Fulani people that Hope Uzodinma recruited as people that packed dirties, all these people that pack dirties in the night. Mas, do you know what we do? In the midnight, 2, 3, these people they use that their boss with guns and be robbing our people. This morning, the security men confronted these people. They packed that, their van that they used to pack dirties. They pack it to one side and start robbing. The security men confronted them and they chased them. They run and enter their van that they used to pack dirties and run away. This is what they are doing. This is the latest now in Owerri. You see, this destabilized Nigeria. They pack all of them, come, Hope Uzodinma recruited them and give them job. Now then they pack the tin and land. In the night, they will be robbing our people. You see? A lot is happening in our land, Mazi. I'm telling you. Many things. And I don't even the police in the police in our land. I don't think that those people are police again. Maybe it's those repentant Boko Haram. That's what they send in our land.
Of course.
And give them in.
Of course.
I'm telling you. Because if you look at what is happening, Mazi, a lot. Policemen will stop you in public of everybody. In public, they will ask you to give you the money. If you tell them that you don't have money, they will say, okay, bring your ATM. So in front of everybody, they will bring out POS and slot them in the structure card and take your money. In front of everybody. You see? Does it mean that POS don't have account? Or that money that move from your account to another account? Can't Nigerian police trace it? But because it's planned, even if you even go and complain, say if your life will be at risk. That is what is happening in our land. I'm telling you, if not IPOB, only God know where we should be by now. Honestly, I thank God. I thank Mazi Nnamdi. I thank IPOB. I'm telling you, for answering this call, God will bless all you people. God, in fact, God will bless our people in general because Grigribu Gweze. Mas, this is my contribution.
There were Mazi. Of course, when a criminal is in power, what do you think? Criminality takes over everywhere. That is it. These are the warrant chiefs they put in charge of our land. They impose them. Caller on signal, Mazi Fanyichuku, you'll be the last caller. Can you hear me, Mazi? Mazi Fanyichuku, Mazi Ezu, can you hear me? Caller on signal, Mazi, can you hear me? Mazi Madabuchi, can you hear me? What is happening? Mazi, are you not hearing me? Caller on signal. Or is he on WhatsApp even? Let me see. No, he's on signal. Caller on signal for the last time. Mazi Madabuchi. Can you hear me? No, I'm not hearing you. I think this is where I'm going to. Because Mazi is speaking, or I don't know, I'm not here. I wasn't hearing nothing. So we must continue. So, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this is where I'm going to switch up the phones, please. We have come to the end of today's program, but we must continue. We must make sure not to backslide. It doesn't matter what we suffer. It doesn't matter what they throw at us. Remember the price of victory. Remember, if we fail, we are gone. Do you know that? Remember, if we venture backslide, it is better. It could have been better that we didn't even stop. You know the problem with our people. We always start something with with zeal, enthusiasm. But our people are easily discouraged. But IPOB is not part of this. We are a breed of Biafrans with different type of mentality. That is why we must continue. Biafra remains our destination. We must continue to make sure that, look, we will restore Biafra. We must make sure to run away, to extricate ourselves from this mess we call Nigeria. Because Britain used Nigeria in order to hew us down. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains who we are. Biafra remains our ideology. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is everything we have. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply of May 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers unto this special day. As you may know, we are streaming live on parts of Biafra land on our frequency modulation FM CHK 102.1. You can be hearing us live and direct. Also, we are on satellite, free to air satellite. Moreover, you can download our IPOB community radio. IPOB community radio. It is a very low data consuming application. Moreover, you can also add in your application. You can also add simple radio. Simple radio. So that when you scroll on simple radio, you will see Radio Biafra London. All these are to mention but a few options to listening to this Hello platform. You can go to our mother website, www.ipob.org. Do you know that we are streaming live there? I could remember at the early stage. That is where I used to listen to Radio Biafra. I'm telling you honestly. www.ipob.org. You can go there and you click to live, and you'll be hearing us there live. Moreover, if you also want to donate something for IPOB ESN, you go to donate. And through PayPal, you can donate something as you may wish. Because what we are doing needs finance. Therefore, as you may know, we are on our mourning month, Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Month. It will peak on the 30th day of May, which is in the next 2 days, and our HDOS, Head of Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra, in the name of Mazi Chinedu, a gentleman, will be addressing Biafrans that day by 7:30 p.m. Biafra time. Therefore, you don't need to miss that program. Also, today you will be hearing from our GOC General Officer Commanding Mazi Chinedu in order to address Biafrans. And also, if I may open the line, we want people to come and tell us how they are preparing. You know, how they are preparing from all over the world. You might also tell us. But be aware, there is nothing like IPOB Worldwide Zoom meeting for celebration of 30th May. Please disregard, these are impostors. In Biafra land, it will be total lockdown. And in the diaspora, depending on the country, our families know what to do. Therefore, without taking any much time longer, I will bring in Mazi Chinedu, our General Officer Commanding, to tell us what we need to know on today's program. Please, Mazi Chinedu, please, over to you. The platform is yours. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi Chinedu. Thank you so much for watching again. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Chinedu. Mazi Chinedu served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State. I also served the indigenous people of Biafra in different departments as an assistant or supporting officers. Today, I am here on air to further explain to our people on how our 30th May is going to be carried out. I was here on 1st of May when I made a broadcast telling our people that the month of May we have started the mourning of all our Biafran heroes who died during the Biafran and Nigerian Civil War, and even beyond, till death. And this evening, I want every coordinator, every IPOB principal officer to make sure he or she has the updated prayer for our heroes and heroines day on 30th. Already the updated version of the prayer and program has been sent out by the office of the HOD, and I'm sure by now
every coordinator must have gotten that updated copy. If you have not gotten the updated copy, get in touch with your regional rep, your continental rep, to make sure that the prayers we are going to do on 30th May will be the updated version. As we all know, there are people who have fallen. It's not that we have gotten a complete record of all the people that died during the Biafran Civil War, but the deeds held by Dr. Morris Okachi, we know they are the ones responsible for Biafran educational awareness. These people are compiling information, educations, things pertaining to Biafra. And the leadership is looking forward that the time has come that we have to, even through the IPOB family, go through the communities, the people, because we will put up the website. We have not yet decided where we can fill in the names of all our people, all our fallen heroes. Those the people can remember, because as we all know, that generation that fought the war, who can tell us the stories, most of them, they are almost dying off. So it is very, very important that in the next couple of years, we must make sure we get all these records intact. And also the number of IPOB members that have died during the struggle for the liberation of Biafra land. As we all know that on 30th May, in the less than 48 hours, shall be a complete decade, IPOB consistently celebrating the sit at home, consistently celebrating the 30th May. It is IPOB that have brought this thing to life, because after the Civil War, Nigerian and the British government, they tried to wipe away everything concerning Biafra. The story of what happened during that war is not something I'm coming today to talk about, because I know Dr. Morris Okachi, for almost 6 programs he did on Radio Biafra, he covered a lot of these subjects. On Radio Biafra, we have also made sure that the chronicles of those killed during this period, from 1945 to I think 2014, before IPOB took over. But in our prayer this year, there are inclusions of the dead in the Mpo, the Obibu massacre, ESN officers. That's why I said make sure you have the updated version of our prayer this year. As many of you did not know, that IPOB started making this remembrance a national program, because when we found that it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who pushed for this, in 2014, a cenotaph was built in Enugu. And after celebrating the first Heroes and Heroine Day in 2014, where IPOB built a cenotaph that was later destroyed by the agents of Nigerian government. It destroyed that cenotaph in 2014. That is where IPOB started this program. In 2015, it was celebrated in Aba, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu marched in Aba, CMS Aba. That video is still there. It tells the story of how IPOB has come a very long way. In 2016, it was Mpo, massacre in the Catholic Church where we're supposed to celebrate the anniversary for the heroes that heroically. Our people were massacred at a Paul massacre, which every one of you knew about it. Amnesty covered the reports are there. Because of that massacre, in 2017, IPOB decided to say we don't want our people to be killed because we know we are still fighting with the enemies. We are still fighting those who killed our parents, our brothers, our uncles. We are still fighting with them. IPOB decided that we are going to sit at home. And from 2017 till date, IPOB 217, 218, 219, 220, 21, 22, IPOB had made it only in Biafra land that we must sit at home since the Nigerian government, they are always ready to kill Biafrans on that particular day, to share the blood of Biafrans, and to avoid sharing the blood of Biafrans on the streets of Biafra. We say that people sit at home in commemoration of the heroes and heroines day. Therefore, on 30th May, Biafra land will be on a lockdown. Biafra land will be on total lockdown. On total lockdown in Biafra land, candle night will still go on. But in diaspora, we all aware that it's not every country in diaspora is allowed for a protest. For a protest. For a protest. Mazi, hold on.
Yes, Mazi. Do not forget that we are here live and direct on Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. And you
okay, Mazi, I am back. I am back.
Go on, Mazi, go on.
Yes. So not every country allows protest in their country. Like we all know, in the Middle East, in many Asian countries, protests are not allowed. But they do celebrate in civic centers, in halls, in private places. They do all gather. In Europe, we do protest, and on that day, on 30th May, Biafrans around the world will be protesting. Those in Asia, those in America, South America, and in Europe. There will be a complete lockdown in Biafra land. Every other place will be marching, will be celebrating, apart from the United States of America that have not yet fully getting a particular place. All of them would have gathered, but we hope that by next year they will get a place to gather. So only United States of America, only IPOB members in the USA or Biafrans in the USA are allowed to carry their celebration through a Zoom platform. Only the IPOB in USA. There is nothing like Biafrans worldwide. We celebrate 30th May on the Zoom. Exclusively only people in US. Nothing like Biafrans worldwide. I am making this thing very clear because at the end of the 30th May, every country must report to the leadership of IPOB through their continental reps. They must show us evidence that they celebrated 30th May. It is a must. It is a program that nobody can deny that it is not going to be part of it. It is a very serious issue. If you are not celebrating 30th May, you are part of those jeopardizing the restoration of Biafra. I am making this thing very, very clear so that wherever you are, for those of you who think you can disrupt this project, for those of you who think they can come over with one excuse to jeopardize the Biafran struggle after 30th May, most of you will understand that this, we have been doing it for a decade, and you have no power, and no power is bestowed on you to disrupt the celebration of the 30th May, when Biafrans, a genocide was committed against our people, and the world continued to keep silent. I want to use this opportunity to acknowledge those, the institutions that heard that IPOB have declared a total lockdown in Biafra land. We are aware many airlines have already stopped flights flying that day. Institutions, banks, market leaders, transport workers, traditional rulers, even IPOB have taken it upon themselves to inform the sitting governors in the southeastern part of that region, in Biafra land as a whole, that come 30th May, nobody should give an excuse why they will be walking on the streets of Biafra land trying to cause a problem, because this is what they have done many years ago. That is why we say we will sit at home. I want to use this opportunity to warn every parent, every Biafran parent. IPOB a couple of days back, or a week today, wrote and warned Wayek. The first day I met the broadcast, we started and declared there would be 30, there would be sit at home. I made it very clear. That was from 1st May. Wayek, we know Wayek always carry out the examinations between May and June. May and June. And there are our people. They know this is a decade now. We are celebrating. We are sitting at home. It's almost a decade. Okay, let me say it is nearly a decade, because we started it from 2017. There are Biafrans, there are Igbo people who works in the Wayek port, who knows that on 30th May, that Biafra land will always be locked down. But always they want to try IPOB, or they are so biased and naive that they can't speak up and suggest for Wayek, do not fix exam on this date in Biafra land, because automatically the examination will not go. They have been doing it every year. They try to fix Wayek, and every year we observe our sit at home. They always change the examination date. We now realize that the same 30th May next tomorrow that Wayek decided to put mathematics. They're telling us about 200 or 300,000 people will be taking mathematics in the Southeast. To hell with 300,000 people taking mathematics. To hell with them. Wayek, to hell with them and those taking the examination. Because they know that we are converting with over 70 million Biafrans in that particular geographical area. Over 5 million people died for a particular cause. Those who took Wayek last year, have they all got admission? Have their life been successful? Why would they change that particular date to another date? Now, some foolish parents, on that day, we have heard many schools, we thank those schools who are already giving out the notice. On that day, you send your children out in the street to go to take Wayek. The Nigerian government will kill them and come on the newspaper and write that IPOB have massacred children. We try to protect you people, but sometimes some of you are foolish. Some of you are ignorant of what is happening in your environment. Some of you do not understand the politics. They play with the life of your people. Many of you kept silent. Some of you are saying we have exam. Tell me what that exam is all about. Exam in Nigeria, exam that after taking it, they will tell you this is your catchment area. You cannot go to university in this place because you are not from that place. We continue to live with abnormality in a country that most of you claim that it belongs to all of you. And I'm making it very clear this evening that on 30th May, from tomorrow, 29th of May, go to the market, buy anything you want to buy. Tomorrow, 29th, go out there and buy anything you want to buy for your family just for one day. And we are expecting by 7 to 8 in the evening, you must be at home. Because we don't want to hear stories. So that if the enemy confronts the men that will be on duty, we will know who to hold responsible. By 8 tomorrow, on 29th, you're supposed to be at your every day. Biafran land by 8 in the evening, between 7 and 8. Everybody is supposed to be in his house. And that is how it will remain till on 30th, 6 p.m. in the evening. This is an order from the indigenous people of Biafra. Indigenous people of Biafra, I have said it on many occasions, for those who call us non-state actors, it is time you stop referring IPOB as a non-state actor. Because we understand, even you, a journalist, even those speaking, calling IPOB non-state actors, knows that IPOB is a state actor. The earlier they accept it, the better for all of them. And I'm using this opportunity also to tell them, if we do not have Biafra by next year, it is better the governors, the politicians, they start now working towards that on that day, it will be unanimously declared as a public holiday. Because we will not be sitting down. We are giving them the privilege to do the right thing. Because the time we reach, 30th May, we no more be sit at home. Either it will be bloody, when their friends come out on the street to celebrate, if they don't do the right thing. They're supposed to know that after a decade, we have been consistent and determined to make sure that 30th May must be celebrated. Look at June 12th, that Nigeria is giving public holiday. But Biafra, June 12th, how many people did they kill? They say it's Democracy Day. But Biafra Day, Nigeria think they will sweep away the death of millions of people under the carpet with their British counterparts, with their British colonial masters. When we talk about 30th May, it sounds to them like we are talking a different story, something they do not know. It is up to them to do the right thing. But for now that we are in charge of Biafra land, tomorrow, 29th, you have all the things you want to buy. Go to the market. Between 7 and 8, everybody's supposed to be at home. And there will be total lockdown in Biafra land till 30th May, 6 p.m. That is when people will start moving. Sit at home is only one day, and that one day is not going to do you anything. People can come trying to twist the 30th May. You cannot twist that day. It cannot be used for any other thing than to remember those that died for the restoration of Biafra and those that died for Biafra. In most cases, you will see rats, stupid people coming out to challenge certain other very sensitive issues pertaining those that died in this struggle. For them, they thought we have come to joke. For them, they thought IPOB is on the social media to make money from the website. They thought that IPOB is something that people come, you do content on social media, on Facebook, they pay some money for you, you go and smile, you smile with. That is what some of them thought. Some of them thought that IPOB is where it's meeting no money. You come, you make noise. They don't know that what we are doing, it involves life and death. Any mistake, somebody died, it is on your head. Any wrong move you did against this struggle takes away somebody's life. And that is what this leadership continue. In as much as we want freedom, in as much as we want Biafra, many of our people have shed their blood for this struggle. And for that reason, I want to remind all IPOB members to always remember their oath they took for this struggle. They must. Biafrans, please, sorry for this. Those who are calling me by now, you're supposed to know that I am, all you Biafrans that are calling my telephone by now, you're supposed to know that I'm on Radio Biafra. So I don't know the reason why you are calling me at this particular time, either to pause the program and speak to you, or that I have to, I don't know what you expect me to do. I don't know what you expect me to do. So if you are calling me at this particular time, please kindly respect yourself and allow me to finish this program. You have my number all the whole day. You have not called me. It is now I'm on the radio, showing that most of you are not listening even to the radio. So stop calling me until this program is over. Mazi, let me continue, please. Sorry for that interruption. They are the one disturbing someone on this program. Again, I want to use this opportunity to remind all Biafrans, whatever you do in this struggle, remember that we are under oath. Do not follow people who are not under the oath of IPOB. Because you are playing with your life. The native doctor will not save you. We are under oath, an oath that has taken the life of people. We are under oath because I see some coordinators joining criminals who were never part of IPOB, who are not under the oath of IPOB. I see young men who was in IPOB before because they came into IPOB thinking it is a money-making venture. When they fell, they joined criminals. They start to fight IPOB because they have forgotten. I say, I want to use this opportunity to remind every IPOB member that is under oath. You might think that the oath have not gotten you today. But I'm telling you, if the hands of the oath holds you, that is the end of it. In this struggle, some people have committed suicide on their own. In this struggle, people who want to go to inform the government have walked on the street and got blind along the road. People who have killed their fellow men. And when they want to go to lie, they died by a fatal car accident. Many people who have betrayed this struggle, the ones we know, the ones we don't know, many of them have gone 6 feet below the ground. It does not mean that death will not come to everybody. But there are the mysterious ones when it happens. We know something had happened. I can give you an example of a group of people, a group of young boys from Ngapal that betrayed the struggle. One hanged himself. He went and hanged himself by himself. The other one killed the brother to his wife. The community, the village of life, they attacked him, killed him, burned his house. That was how they died. Very stupid way of life. They died. Many of them who have tried to betray this struggle, even in diaspora, some people are in prison because they try to betray this struggle. For the fact it has not gotten to you does not mean if you betray this struggle that you are not going to be punished. It is an oath all of us took. Remove our shoes. Our foot was on the ground. Some people at the beginning, some coordinators were sent. In certain places, they took an oath. So if you have betrayed, I am telling you, you have no place to escape. In case many of you have forgotten, because there are many of you who think you can disobey the IPOB leadership for no reason, for the hate somebody has instigated in you, you killing yourself. If you have forgotten, if any of you have the oath of IPOB, I want you to remove it with you now. But I'm not going to read all. But I'm going to give you a line so that if you go, you ponder what you are doing to yourself. In our oath, in IPOB oath, many of you, you took it with your foot in different patterns. Many people took in Biafra land, everywhere. And those who were not genuine do not want to take it. But those who want to also take it in a critical way, you have no place to run to. Remember what this oath says. If you start the oath, it says, I, Mazi, example, hereby solemnly and voluntarily swear to be absolutely loyal to the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra. Listen very well. You absolutely, you voluntarily swear to be loyal to the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra. That is one entity. And the director of Radio Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is another entity. It means it is a two-body. The leadership of IPOB can be you tomorrow. Chinedu may be out of the leadership. You can be part of the leadership. So anybody that is coming must be voluntarily be loyal to the leadership. You are not loyal to Chinedu. Any leadership that is constituted to lead Biafra, you have voluntarily swear to be loyal. And to the director of Radio Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that you will never engage in any act of insubordination. Neither should Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be insubordinate to the citizens of indigenous people of Biafra, or do anything to jeopardize the Biafra restoration. And why I read these few lines, if after today, I want you to go and sit down and ask yourself, have I jeopardized this struggle? Have I jeopardized this struggle by my actions, by the things I am doing to this struggle? Whether you are in the higher level, in the state level, in the national level, in any position you find yourself, remember, the leadership of IPOB is not only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's not only Mazi Chinedu, it's not only Mazi Tony Rumike or Mazi Aban or Azayoba or Tina Saworu or Kas Obama. There are leaderships in IPOB from continental red to members of the DOS to state coordinators to countries coordinators to zonal coordinators. These are all leaderships in their different stages. So wherever you find yourself, there is somebody above you. Where decisions are being made, So when you have decided to be insubordinate, number one, that's your own problem. Because at the oath, there is something that is said here. I swear that I will never endanger the life of fellow principal officer or any Biafra working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If I go against these things, may Chukwokikadia must strike me dead and completely wipe away my family. Remember these things. Remember these things. And in this oath, nobody is exempted. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not exempted because it is written here. If he tries to jeopardize the Biafra struggle, he is not exempted. Nobody. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jeopardizes the Biafra struggle, what will happen to ordinary member that jeopardize will happen to him? Everybody is involved because people have shed their blood for this struggle. I am just giving a hint for some of you to understand. 30th May is very, very pivotal in what we are doing. We are under oath. If we are not under oath, there will be a disorder in this movement. If we are not under oath, people will not be disciplined like most of us. If we are not under oath, people would have sold this struggle out. If we are not under oath, Nigerian government would have entered many of us and destroyed this struggle. People should know the Nigerian government was informed. The information they had was totally wrong on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were informed that as soon as they get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB is finished. And some people want to facilitate it for them. That yes, you hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we must destroy. They are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu till today because they have not been able to destroy IPOB. 3 years down the line, so Biafrans, 30th May. This particular month when I came on air on 1st, we said no fight. We said no unnecessary attacks. It is a month of mourning, a month to educate our people. It is a month everybody has to respect. But we have found out something, and I decided, and some of us in the leadership decided not to talk about it. But I'm saying it this evening. Some people, we know, they have no respect for themselves, they have no respect for others. Irrespective of anything, we have asked some of IPOB media warriors to cease attacks against themselves. It is unethical. It is not accepted in the IPOB leadership. Some of you, for over 3 years, we have been asking and talking to you in private. The time has come, we are going to come on air. So what I'm offering, I understand. I heard how much yes, you will fight, you come, you talk, and that is the end of it. I'm saying it today because after 30th May, we are coming with a new method. Some of you, you have been advised in the bedroom. You have been advised privately. Some of you, after advising you privately, you will use it to come and make caricature of the leadership. My brother, I'm telling you, we will bite you, we don't look at your face. I'm telling you, we are a state that we don't give a shit who you are. If you don't behave out, let other people match up. Indiscipline will not be tolerated in IPU. I'm making it very clear this evening. So that you can buy enough data to come and blackmail and abuse Chinedu and blackmail Chinedu. Buy enough data because I'm indiscipline will not be tolerated in IPU. I'm making it very clear this evening. So that you can buy enough data to come and blackmail and abuse Chinedu and blackmail Chinedu. Buy enough data because you are talking about religion. Who raised the religion issue? Is it not Nnamdi Kanu raise it here? IPOB took it. Today, you attack the leadership that didn't say anything to you. Any policy IPOB bring out that you feel you can go up. Mazi, let me tell anybody who wants to try us this period. We are ready for the fight. We don't give a shit because we have been blackmailed to nothing. I am saying this thing because of tomorrow. I will not speak to anybody again privately for this issue. I'm not going to do it. We found that some of you, some of you was around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no doubt about it. Some of you was in certain places, and when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Nigeria release, you are in Nigeria. You were hanging around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, some of you. Some of you were getting your, small welfare when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is around. Because you were getting welfare when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around, you decided you can't respect anybody. Because you get your welfare from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot respect Chinedu. You cannot respect Ntoni's Rumike. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. And since he is in detention, you have continually decided to attack the leadership in any way. You can't go, you want to blackmail the leadership because if you are not getting what you want to get, all the lies you lie around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get your stipend, if you don't get it, the next thing is to blackmail the leadership. Anybody. If you have anything, you know that I did, you come and say it. Because I don't care. Because mature people, we have spoken in private once, twice, but every day you come to fight. You're fighting for what? You're fighting for what? What are you fighting for? There are a lot of news there you can pick up and fight for Biafra. There are times for everything. There was time we were fighting the enemy. If after that time you cannot fight again on a meaningful subject, then you start teaching Igbo. If you know how to teach Igbo on social media and make money and they take IPOB away from your mouth. In IPOB, this leadership, whether it remains 6 months, 3 months, 1 month from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we must make sure we do the right thing. You can't come on radio or on social media to blackmail people just because you want to get money. Just because you want money to be given to you. You start to blackmail people. You know under what? So what are the, let us be realistic. You are talking about unifying Igbo or unity of the Igbo. Are you the one that started it? Are you the brain behind it? It is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB have championed it before you understand what they are talking. IPOB is an institution. We deliver the people and allow other people to do the job. You come in religion. Is it not IPOB? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started educating our people. People queue in. Today, pastors are preaching and liberating the people. That is another part of our enslavement. We talk about Odinala. Who started it? Even if we are preaching today on social media, have you forgotten George Onibe? That George Onibe was one time mountain on radio, they are preaching about going back to the root. Is it because he has fallen apart, fallen aside? What are you doing that you want to come to cause havoc in IPOB for no reason? Making caricature of this Biafran struggle. In the diplomatic world, they see us that people that are not serious. If you want money, somebody will not give you money, you blackmail him. That is not, this leadership will not tolerate it. We will not tolerate it. So it's better, you know the right thing, you do the right thing. But if you feel, and the some of you who said you won't respect Chinedu, they said you won't respect the DOS, it's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have no problem with that. But respect yourself. Since you can only do something, since you can only support this struggle only when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, Fine and good. We have no problem. Go and sit down. Wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he comes out, you start from there. We don't have any problem with that. But you can't say you are not going to respect Chinedu. You will respect anybody in the US, but you can come out on social media, start attacking us. You are waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My brother, we are not going to take that shit. It's over. We are not taking that shit. It is over. It is over. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not around. I know some of you, I'm not going to mention their names. The moment they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they disappeared. Because they were getting stipends from the back. They refuse to work. They refuse to support IPOB. You don't know where they are. They belong. They were hanging out because they switched. They changed names on social media and followed the infiltrators because they were giving them money. Today, maybe small money has started entering their account again. Some of them have come out on the social media. I will call you people names so that our Biafrans will know. I will call your names on social media. We know all of you, but there is no need. Sometimes you let the sleeping dog lie because you are not a threat. But the threat is when we get you, you try to instigate problem in ITU, we are not going to take it. I'm making it very, very clear. So that if you want to learn, you learn. If you want to learn the hard way, we give it to you in the hard way. Therefore, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, today, the ESN is authorized to do their job, irrespective of anything. We are not enforcing sit at home, but we will make sure there is law and order. That our people, that is why I said, those, their children have WAEC, I am sure by this night, I am sure by this time, or before tomorrow, WAEC must do the right thing. We don't have to remind them what they have to do. We don't have to tell them what they want to do. One thing important is this. There is nothing. There are people who will find different ways to cajole what we are doing. 30th May remains sacrosanct. Whether they like it or they don't like it, we are not going to do what? I mean, it is nobody can ask us to even change any of these things. Nobody. Because if many government institutions have already in line, you understand me? Many of them have already announced. For example, I think Enugu Educational Board informed all schools and public that midterm begins Thursday, 30th May, to end on June 5th, 2004. This is with the exception of the most important things is this. In any way they do it, what we know, that is the most important thing. Did we land at that people like? We put holiday starts tomorrow. No problem. What we know. And nobody should attack or mock anybody because what we have said, no, it's our duty. They are respected. People respect in different manners. People can reciprocate in different manners. The most important thing, are we doing the right thing? It doesn't matter how it happens. As long as it's going to be. Biafrans, we trust all of you. 30th May is a short day. Locked down. It's completely locked down. So I'm making it very clear this evening that nobody should dare IPOB. Men will be at work in case of any eventuality. And I'm saying it this evening. Make sure children that are taking WAEC did not go to school. Very, very important to avoid the evil plans of the Nigerian government. So they won't attack the children. You saw last time they went to primary school, attacked children. Do you understand me? The kids were terrified. These are the things that we used to show like the world that this is what IPOB is doing. We are also making it very clear this evening that nobody should send his child. WAEC will definitely rescheduled that exam. Whether they like it, they don't like it. WAEC will not tell us what will happen in our land. We cannot, because of WAEC, and shift our 30th May. We do things according to the international standard. If this thing happens on Sunday, we will celebrate it on Monday. We have done it. That is how things are being done. But telling us to shift or neglect the order of the indigenous people of Biafra in Biafra land, that is the last thing that will happen. Mazi Chinedu, I will stop here on the issue of 30th May, and I have other issues I would like to also touch on. Biafrans, after our 30th May, the fight to make sure that Biafra land has electricity will continue. The battle to light up Biafra land for development will start after our 30th May. We just had a pause because we are celebrating, and this month we use it for celebration to mourn those who have died. But after 30th May, it is a battle everybody will be engaged. And I will come on air, people will share testimonies of what EDDC is doing to them. People will share testimonies, the evil practices of EDDC. It is better EDDC give us light, or we are going to throw Biafra land into darkness, and every condition, every contract must be renegotiated. That is what we are going to do. I'm making it very clear. For the governors, the earlier they start, the better for them. For Meko, we say we pay Welo Destruction Company. The better they start. If they do not give us electricity so that our people can come back, they talk about development. How can you develop without electricity? How? How is it possible? Tell me a country that has developed without electricity. We have many problems in Biafra land. We have police extortion, numerous checkpoints. We have electricity problem. We have politicians problem. We have inadequate distribution of national allocations in Biafra land. Which one are we going to stop? We have poor educational system. We have no federal presence in Biafra land. We have no good health care. We have no good roads. Which one are we talking? This is a battle that IPOB is launching it with all the vigor we have in ourselves. It doesn't stop us not fighting for our freedom. We have the problem of the food and investment. We have the problem of food scarcity. Go to Biafra land. You come to agriculture. Our people are waiting. They are waiting, thinking somebody will farm, they will go and buy. Sometimes you see some of these foreign investors in agriculture. They did not come to invest to sell their product in Nigeria. It is not new. For example, there are countries like in the Middle East, all of them they do it. Many countries, for example, they can buy land in India. They can buy land in Thailand. They can buy land in Vietnam. All these Asian countries, they will cultivate their rice, cultivate certain things they need. During harvest, they harvest them and move it out of the country because they came there to invest, to produce more food. Today, people are thinking, Chinese are buying our cassava. It is not your cassava. It is them that planted it. They didn't die in the market. They came, they took a land, they farm the cassava, they harvest and sell to their companies because they are using it for flowers, for donuts, for many things. But for you are waiting that the Chinese, after farming, they will come to sell it for you. Or the Indians will sell it for you. No, they don't. They didn't come for you. They came for their own country. They are carrying those food to their own country. You can't blame them. That is the agreement for the business. His bid is also to protect the local producers. But the local producers are not looking beyond. The people, when you see a farm, you say, they have planted cassava there. You are thinking in your mind, after they finish harvesting, they will come to your Ekapara, they will come to Yamanako, they will come to Bosi Market to sell it for you. No. They are exporting it because that is why they were given the license to come and farm and export their food. It's a different line of business. So you should not waiting for Indians to come and plant cassava for you and sell for you. Waiting for Indians to... The worst part is everything our people are eating are being imported. And if they are complaining it is expensive, it is expensive, it is expensive. You go to Maiduguri, from all the way from Gamboru, like Chad Basin, you import fish. You go to Yoruba land, you import fish, both fresh and dry. What billions of naira into Biafra land? You are the one eating. The Northerners do not eat fish. They don't eat them. You are the one eating it in that place. You are the one eating. You become only consumers. Ordinary bitter leaf, our people cannot plant in their homes. Ordinary scent leaf, they cannot plant. Everybody, 17 years old boys, 18 years old boys, nobody wants to be part of something. And I'm saying it very clearly. There are certain things IPOB is going to take drastic actions on. We don't give a shit who is involved. If we found any school, they say that is where they are training HK. In the Yahoo, in Biafra land, it will be burned down. Any building, IPOB intelligent officers spotted that in this place is where you are training people to press on the laptop. That place will be demolished. I'm saying it now. And anybody who is offering such classes will have a very big problem with IPOB. I do not see the reason why parents will go to buy laptop for their son who just finished secondary school or finished JSS 3 and tell him, this nonsense will not happen in Biafra land under the watch of IPOB. It will not happen. You cannot legalize illegality in our land. No, nothing. You can't do that. Traffickers who are trafficking our young girls, 14 years, 15 years, we are seeing them all in Burkina Faso, in African countries, in Libya, everywhere you scatter our young girls. We are coming for you. You are finding them job in Toronto. You drop them in Burkina Faso. You drop them in Ghana, in Morocco, especially our young ladies. We are coming, IPUB is coming. It's better now, most of you pack up. A boy comes out from school, if you want a technical job, send him somewhere to do a technical job. If he cannot learn, if they contact IPOB, the IPOB have the ability to train people. We have the ability to go and learn skilled work. Instead, it's a regular button. What kind of society are we building? IPOB must wake up to make sure that this rubbish, because if we pass and allow this kind of set of individual generation to take over Biafra, all our effort is all gone. If we see, you see that most of you are going to Benin to do, it will not happen in Biafra land. Going to Lagos to do, it will not happen in Biafra. We will stop anywhere they are doing HK. They say, I'm happy HK, I go HK. You can't boast with illegality in Biafra land. We will come after you. You can do those things in your bedroom, in your apartment, but you come out and set a school that you are teaching people on Yahoo. I'm telling you, you are making a very big mistake. All of you, in the touch, tap. we found young boys that are supposed to be doing something meaningful with their life. If you say you want to be on social media, be on social media and do something reasonable. The worst part is you come out, you post with such behavior. It will not happen in Biafra land. As long as IPOB remains, this rubbish will not happen in Biafra land. And I'm not going to discuss much about it today, but I'm going to come on air after 30th May. I will be on air, and it will be the subject of discussion. EEDC, all these HK boys opening schools where people say they are coming to learn HK, traffickers, these PGs that are working with the Fulani men, importing them inside our land. All these things must be taken care of by IPO. We are not going to make it for anybody. We are talking about freedom. We must start to put certain structures, certain orders in our place. You can't rule people when everywhere is scattered, everywhere is full of undisciplined people. First, we are putting down these disciplines that people will understand where we are going. So that when order is given, if you do not put some of these disciplines in order, the Nigerian government and the enemies of Biafra will always be behind to use them to destroy anything we are doing. We must start to sanitize the ground so that when you give an instruction, it will be carried out in Biafra land. It does not stop any plans we have. There are plans we have for this program. We can never say it on radio Biafra. We can never say it on air. But most of you have understood that there is a very great change in Biafra land. Those who have withdrawn their support because of the killings those criminals introduced in this trouble, they have seen a difference. Let me ask you, do you think by killing, robbing, is that what they're using to get Biafra? They are not doing Biafra. They are not doing Biafra. They tend to be criminals. And also, I want to talk about the criminals a little bit before we open up the line. In Imo State, I'm making it very clear. Most of the IPOB coordinators in Imo State, after this 30th May, if you know it's better you put your resignation today and tomorrow 30th May, you know you have been doing a very bad job. You have become an infiltrator in Biafra land because you want to build hotel, build and live life, buy motorcycle and they put up everywhere. You want to make money, and for that you have turned yourself to a criminal. You have become a conspirator with criminals. I'm giving you today, tomorrow, and 30th May, kindly put your resignation. Kindly, you know yourselves. All of you know yourselves. Put your resignation. Put your resignation. Because we will not come on Radio Biafra here to tell you the imagination that will be before you. We will not tell you. You know that consistently, you know the job you are doing for criminals, doing for Opuzodima and his gangs, how you have been turning around everywhere. You resign today. I'm saying it on air so that if you like, you accept. You don't like, don't accept. The criminals in Imo State, I'm making it very, very clear. And I'm going to release the locations. And I'm saying it this evening that the Nigerian military and the police in Imo State, they are working with the criminals in Imo State. I want to alert all the village vigilantes, especially from Okibe. Anytime you see any car carrying India Akara, those people you hear are saying on India Akara. IPOB number is there. Hold them. Let the community hold them. These people, these criminals, to continue to sponsor their criminals, they are, all those things you see are people's cars that they have cut in pieces. Their buyers are in Anambra, in Nnewi, in Mpo. They have all that. The destination is Anambra. And also, the people should watch those going to Aba, also from Enugu Express. Communities, anytime you see any car, vehicle coming into your community and can say in Abakara, hold them. We will put our number, hold them and question them where they brought, because these are people's cars. It is happening in Okibe, and most of them, the military, are getting tips from them. The military are being paid, because you don't tell me how, I don't know when Okibe become a place, people are selling Abakara. They will move from there, spare parts, car spare parts, they move them until come to Anambra and sell. People's cars. In Mbidi, the same thing. They have a depot in Mbidi. They have a depot in Okibe. Either they go to Aba, but they are not very well going to Aba Loji. They always come to Anambra to sell people's cars that they butcher. And the military knows. If you go out in these, as I'm telling you, the criminals are just 4 poles from the military. 4 poles. They have their checkpoint. The military have their checkpoint. From inside the village. The military are being used to protect them. The Nigerian military. And the whole Uzadema did not know. He offered, he gave them 50 million naira. Because they promised him that we disturb ESN. He is looking anything to make sure that the whole Uzadema gave them 50 million naira of research. The military is there. 4 poles to where they are the ones protecting these criminals. Tell me how they will move from Okigo past military checkpoint and say this is Atakara. This is scraps. Cars. Doors. They move it and come to Anambra and sell. They get their share. They give them clearance. Some of them, the military, some military officer will protect them until they arrive in Anambra and sell. They get their share. The same thing in Mbidi. The same, especially in Okigo, that is where, because in Oluna they have pushed them. Most of them have run to Okigo. The military, they are there. They are there. 4 poles protecting the criminals. 4 poles protecting the criminals. 4 poles from the back, we give money. Tell them, continue to do what you're doing. That is how he gave Skype and Mpoto Malika 17 million naira, and they poisoned them when they finish the job for him. This is what is happening, the criminality happening in our land. But I didn't want to talk much on this criminality, because today is just because of what we are doing on 30th. After that, I'm calling on air, and I will give details of how they operate. They are into full kidnapping, car snatching. Do you understand me? They are using some Hausa people, money changers in Okibe. That is where they are operating from. Sometimes they pay them in dollar, sometimes they pay them in naira. That is what is happening in our land under the protection of Hopus or Demma. When we were talking about China Sawaleri, some people thought we were joking. Many things are happening. Of course, what do you expect to see? Where Hopus or Demma is. A former criminal, a highway robber, that's the people that will be around him. But with time, everything will be exposed. And finally, I want to use also this opportunity. I do not want to discuss this issue, because whenever we discuss this issue, it turns out to be a blackmail. It turns out to be that we have anything wrong. It is the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because there is no way I will discuss discipline without touching the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of you knew that we have continually opposed, because the Nigerian courts We do not trust in their judgment, all they have been doing. There are thousands of IPOB members under their custody. They have never allowed them to be free, even those the court have given them, even gave them compensation they have never paid. People like Chuksobasi, people like Michael Kanu, and many of them, there have been court orders. They have never respected them. They are IPOB members. They are Mr. and Mrs. Trade. Many of them are in the DSS detention. These people said their cases, you can't use it to compare the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader. Some of them are just ordinary members that they suspected that he said something on telephone or somebody pointed them, they are IPOB members. Those people, they have tried, IPOB have gotten court judgment to get them released. The DSS have continually disobeyed the court order. The DSS have continually disobeyed to bring them. There are many things that the IPOB leadership look around and make that serious decision. And with the intelligence reports in our disposal, we did not make the decision based on emotion. We did not make our decision based on hearsay. It is after a huge gathering of intelligence, both from the international community, before we make the decision. The advice we got before we make the decision. But the moment we make the decision, some of you saw how the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu attacked us. They called us names. They accused us that we don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Some of us were abused in public and in secret. But we know we are doing the right thing. Some people advise. Let me say it very clear. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing there is some people advise that he can defend himself. Get away, get away this person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can defend himself. But I'm making it very clear on behalf of IPOB leadership. Mazi, are you talking to me?
No, Mazi.
There are lawyers who decided, there are lawyers who said they can defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The ball is in their court to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of us heard a lawyer Jamaica came on radio on one of his interviews said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case carries a death penalty. He said it by himself, not me. But it's a case that carries a capital punishment. And I want Biafrans around the world, every reasonable person, every man with conscience who have sympathy for the restoration of Biafra. Is it wise for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself in the court? Mazi Chinedu, can you answer me this question? Is it wise?
It's never done.
Is it wise?
Mazi, it's not done.
Is it wise? And that is why I am saying it here, irrespective of any blackmail somebody can do to me, irrespective of any names you can call to me, I continue to stand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not represent himself. We are not fools. We are not stupid. We have traveled around the world. At least I used to say it for me as Nonyenjem, I have visited more than 30 countries. More than 30 countries. I have seen people that have cases everywhere. You can't, if you don't have a lawyer, the government will appoint you a lawyer. Talkless of where we have people, they say they are lawyers, and they are sitting in the court, cross their legs, happy watching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defend himself. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. A case that the worst part is that these people allow themselves to be played by the Nigerian government. They are playing the card of Nigerian government. They are there. They are happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking. They don't know that it is a script. The government is pushing because they hear what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks inside. They push them because they want international community. You see the guy you people are talking about. That is what, and they are happy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing a serious case that the lawyer is supposed to stand and defend him. They allow those things for me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking from the court, addressing the judges, I see it as the lawyers have failed him. And if the lawyers have failed him, since he is the one that has right to appoint new lawyers, I will ask him to do so because he said it is his right. Anybody he wants, if you like, bring 100 lawyers. It's only him can make the decision who will defend him. But I'm saying it on air that IPOB leadership and IPOB will never support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself in any court of law. This is a serious case. This is a case when we were shouting, you remove Ozekole of 42 years experience in the law, in the Nigerian law, for 27 years in practicing in the Nigerian, then you allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now to defend himself. Where have that happened?
Who is not a lawyer? He's not a lawyer.
It is not accepted. We do not accept it. We will never accept it. Something that even if we are dying, for me, I will never accept it. If they cannot defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu like they claim they can defend, please, they should inform Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to look for more lawyers, or people should recommend him for lawyers. Because for now, any lawyer, they say no. If any advice you bring, they call you a saboteur. They say you don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. They say they blackmail you. That is what they have blackmailed that they don't, and the situation is not right, and they want us to keep silent. They won't talk about the blackmail they have given to us, that they will talk. We don't talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but all the 3 years we have been fighting on social media, day and night on radio, taking all the jabs and all the stabs. They don't want to see that because blackmail is in their blood. Blackmail is their watchword. They feel if they don't blackmail people, they don't feel comfortable for the day. If they don't blackmail Chinas and warrior, they don't feel comfortable in their life. Therefore, irrespective of anything, Biafrans are lovers of freedom. It is our duty to stand up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is our duty to rise up to defend him. Even if we are being dragged and anything, we must stand to defend him. But when we are saying, we do not support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself. And everybody should know, on 19th, they will go to court. Another drama may ensure the court will go on recess, their yearly recess, and come back in August or September. They will come back in September. They will fix another. And these things are not good for this trouble. But I'm not going to say it because the enemies are listening. Because what they are doing is making us not to get the result we desire to get. They are indirectly sabotaging our diplomatic efforts. They are sabotaging all the efforts we are doing to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Mazi, I will stop here. These issues I thought are just like a kind of supporting topic to our 30th May sit at home and celebration. After the 30th May, I will come on there and I will pick most of these topics, and it will be a full interactive session. Mazi Chinedu, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak to our people. In case there are people who have questions, I stand by to take up their questions. Before
we go there is something that came to my mind about this agricultural revolution project. We have been talking about it. I know today we mostly talk about our memorial heroes and heroine remembrance day, but there is something that just entered my head about, we are talking about agricultural revolution in Biafra land, but we never one day talk about Biafrans that are doing agriculture, different types of agriculture, and the good ones in parts of the north. We have Biafrans that are cultivating, farming, even doing different types of farming, both animal husbandry in the north. Many of them. Mazi, what do you tell them? What do you talk about them, please? Because they are there in the north farming. It's their business. Many of them are farming even in a big way. And, all are northerners, all are classified as northerners farming. So what do you tell them, please? Yeah.
Mazi, I will tell you something. The choice of where people want to invest is in their hand. Yes, there are Biafrans who are farming in the north. There are Biafrans who are farming in the west. There are many of them. There are Biafrans farming in other countries. We have in the agriculture department, we have people, they are farmers in their country of residence. It's their profession. Now, there is something happening in Nigeria. Sometimes we may think as the Naira goes up, there was some interaction I'm having with some people, our people also from in the north. Some of them were saying, when they do their businesses as the Naira is coming down, they prefer to carry their goods and cross the border and go to other countries. Like if they go to Chad and sell, they go to Northern Cameroon and sell, they go to Nigeria and sell, but they get the money in silver. Are you understanding me? Now, when they get the money in silver, when they come into Nigeria and change it, that they have more money. That is a business and they want than bringing it down to the east. So you see their reasoning they are giving. But any advice I'm giving today is for those to understand that sometimes some of these people that are farming, they have never gotten a conducive environment in the east. If not now, IPOB have started promoting these things. So I will say we encourage them. We just started, and I think in their awareness, IPOB have done very great. Some of them have started having a rethink. We have heard some of them who are planning, say they will do agriculture, mechanized ones in Ebony, in Enugu, all these kind of places. It's a welcome, development. But we cannot settle or blanket our decisions based on this, our first year of promoting our people. I know some of them are waiting. Let us see what will happen. I have some friends, they told me they will be coming down from the north to participate in this agricultural season. I have some couple of friends who told me they are living in the north. They said, no, this is what's doing. Now, also, IPOB is doing their best. I'm telling you, what IPOB have done, what they have been able to do with this little time in to make sure that our people farm. I mean, it's these days now when you call people at home, you will hear the goats crying. He said, no, we are putting things. People have started. Our people are just like people that were sent out. They were deceived. Mazi, they are going to come. It might not be everybody will not return, but we have seen that there are people, even if we see, maybe from our agitations and the things we talk, or how we oppose and answer. We saw that there is an Israeli company that now came to their state. They want to invest in agriculture, in all these things. That's what we are talking about. We talk about business, our interest first, not emotions. Our people in the north, who are doing the farming business, yes, it might be their money, but we have to also try to make, when they see things are getting better, Mazi, I'm 100% sure most of them will come down to Biafra land to invest. One thing our people are having is like somebody say, I don't want to be in Biafra land, it's better in Lagos. No, if you are from Abia State, you may decide to do your business in Afaibo, in Cross River, in Ogoja. It doesn't mean you are from Enugu, you may decide to do in Aba. You may decide. This is not compulsory, you must do it in your place. But if you have that confidence, invest in your place. Forget about what people will say. Of course, there is no businesses that you start with that don't have challenges. It is with time. Everything will be rectified. Mazi, we are not also looking only the people in the north. There are people in Biafra land who has the money. They go outside. They can invest in the land. Let them invest than going that easy one. They want other people. They should learn to invest that business. And I'm also using this opportunity. It is time the church leaders who are in control of large number of people in Biafra land, people like Mbaka, Mbomoso, leaders, what does it take them to encourage their members to say, this is farming season. Everybody make sure you farm, so that there will be enough food in the house of the Lord. Farming season is there. You are asking them to come for prayer meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the farming season. The problem does not also lie on those people far in the north. It lies also the people within. If people like these people I just mentioned, we see everybody has a role to play. Whether it's in Daboski, Dahosi, or who, whether it is Moka, whether it is, what they need is to stand on the pulpit. You know, the problem our people are having is that, so that they will not say, so they are following what IPOB is talking. That is a stupid mentality. But what are we saying? Is it the right thing? Yes, of course. Is it for the betterment of Biafra land? Of course. Is it for the security, food security? Of course. When there is food, there is less criminality. When people feed very well, they think less of committing unnecessary crime. So there is nothing. Before we look at what, let us convince those ones, because that is where the investment will happen, to make it attractive. If not, if the people in Biafra land are not having the mentality of agriculture, the people come and they will end up stealing their things and destroying it. They don't care. They say you come here to do. We have to install this mentality on those on ground before we look for people, because even if as those people farming there, they are still bringing it to our land. So then let us make farming a culture in our place. The pastors, the bishops, the GOs in Biafra land must take it as a responsibility to urge all their church members to make sure they participate in this farming season. It's very, very important. If we need to beg them to beg them, let them shoot. We need to talk to them. If we need to tell them, because we will say it so that it is good for me and you.
We must continue. This issue, although as you said, after 30th May, we continue in details about this, because there are many things to talk about. Therefore, we shall go into a few minutes break, so that when we come back, we shall open the lines so that people will start asking some just few questions, and if there are announcements for the 30th May, it should be made. Please do not go away. We shall be right back. Do not go away.
Update May 2024. We are Biafrans, people from the land of the rising sun, the glory of the black race, the ambassadors of peace, and the forerunners of freedom for Biafra and the world.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved from land of our great heroes. So we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all.
Biafrans Heroes and Heroines Remembrance Day 2024, coming on the 30th of May. From the days of our ancestors till this very day, blood have been shed. So many blood have been poured. Many have sacrificed, and many have been sacrificed for the sake of our freedom. Both life and blood have been lost for the sake of our motherland. Respect and honor is all they demand from us for watering our path to eternal freedom. We remember the unforgettable and one of the worst genocide ever committed in the history of the world, the Biafra War genocide. We remember our great freedom fighters, warriors, and leaders of hope. We remember the killings of innocent Biafrans in the north and in the west of the Republic of Nigeria. We remember the victims of Asaba Massacre, Aba Massacre, Emene, Ibocha, Obibo, Onisha, Ono, Mpo Massacre, etc. We remember those that choose death rather than be the possession and slaves to another human being. We remember those who suffered and died under the brutality and inhuman treatment of the slave owners. We remember all victims of wickedness against Biafrans by the enemies of Biafra. We, the indigenous people,